What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense. There we go. Let that official start get. That's tasty. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys enjoyed your weekend. Welcome to the show. I'm Glick. You know that already. Jeff's not here today. He's typically not here on Mondays. And we got no Tony D. So you guys are stuck with me. Hopefully you're okay with it at the end of the day. But if you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can hang out with us live Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. You can get in the chatter's box, shoot the shit with us, all that fun jazz. And if you can't listen to us live or hang out with us live, that's okay, because you can listen to us anytime you want, anywhere, on Spotify, and everywhere you listen to podcasts at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. Let other people know we're out here doing what we do as we try to grow. It's the name of the game, anywho. Everybody wants to grow an audience, get bigger, and all that fun jazz. As I said, hopefully y'all had a good weekend. Maybe you got to relax a little bit. Maybe it was warm in your part of the world. Maybe it was pouring down rain. But myself, not a bad weekend, if I do say so myself. We got a little rambunctious Friday night around the house and tied one off. Girlfriend and I, and had fun. Saturday, her and my oldest one, they were gone literally all day and night. Unfortunately, I had to. But yesterday was kind of just a chill, lazy ass Sunday. I got to use my smoker for the first time. Smoked a couple beef tenderloins. They turned out pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself. Not bad for my first time. Now, granted, made a couple little mistakes, but that's all right. It's all kind of part of the learning process, I guess you could say. So, but the next time around, it'll be better because I'll have a better idea of what I'm doing. Now, I didn't go into it blindly. It's not like I was just like, I'm a man and I know how to smoke meat and da-da-da-da-da-da. I actually tried to educate myself and Google shit and watch videos and stuff like that. So, but it went, like I said, it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I had some just a little bit ago when I got home from work. We had a little leftover, so had me a few more pieces. I'll say that I thoroughly impressed myself. I was going into it expecting the absolute worst scenario possible, and that's basically setting myself on fire and turning the beef tenderloins into charcoal, which none of those things happened. They were quite juicy and delicious. But I bought a whole bunch of rubs and stuff just recently. So I had two of them, and since I had two of them, I was like, I'm gonna try a couple of these rubs out. I had a South Carolina style barbecue, which is mustard base, and then Kansas City barbecue. And I was like, all right, one on one and one on the other one. So Dre Magnifique, I think that's how they say that. I don't know. I'm not very good with foreign languages. What are you gonna do? Judge me? Let's just send this out real quick. There we go. A little bit of that. There we go. All right. Now back to what I was talking about. But and then of course today, Mondays. Wasn't a bad Monday. Just it's finally warmed up here, but the weather is just doesn't really want to make up its mind if it's going to be sunny and warm or warm and rainy. So, but no, not a bad day. Not a bad day today. So, and of course, all the way up until this fucking camera kicks on, I'm running around like a madman because why? That's what I do. There's no break for me. But anywho, I got stories I want to talk about. Some news and some intro. I don't know, not necessarily interesting, but like what the fuck type things. But yeah, again, like I said, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Um, could be worse. You could be waking up in your small community, maybe a few thousand people, and discovering 500 pounds of pasta by the river or in the woods. This happened out in New Jersey. Um, Small town of in New Jersey. Uh, they were shocked to find 500 pounds of pasta dumped in the nearby woods. So I guess this was your pasta noodles, your lasagna noodles, rigatone, whatever the hell you want to call them, penne, angel hair, fettuccine, all that. Just random ass fucking pasta, just dumped in the woods. And the pictures in the video, it looks. I mean, it's in a line. It's crazy to see it. And I don't want to read this article because there's a lot of cheesy ass fucking corny one liners like "Pine for your thoughts." But the discovery was made by a local residents taking a stroll near their home in the Old Bridge Township of New Jersey. After spotting the bizarre amount of pasta, they decided to alert Nina Chochnowitz, who I guess I don't know, she ran or she was a part of city council or whatever. But the pictures came out, like they shared this news story on the back in April. And the only reason I bring it up now is because as of the other day, they discovered what had happened. Now, granted, obviously there was a lot of concerns because I guess like the starch and the shit that's in pasta could have some kind of effect on the water, as if they don't have enough problems in New Jersey. I mean, it is named the garbage state. Um, you've got illegal dumping from construction sites and this and various other. They got enough problems up there with the water. Not that they need any more problems. But I guess after posting it on social media and and it went. I mean, it went viral worldwide. This news story. What's going on, Stevie Wonder? Um, Come to find out, a gentleman stepped forward and said, "Oh shit, I did that. That's my fault. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to get rid of this shit." Apparently, his parents recently deceased, and he was cleaning out their house, and there was all this fucking pasta. 500 pounds of pasta was. Why does somebody have that much pasta? Why do you have that much pasta? What are you preparing for? Now, I don't know if dried pasta. I don't think it has an expiration date. Lord, I don't know. I ain't the smartest man in the world, trust me. But 500 pounds of pasta. So he just throws it out in the woods, not thinking anything of it. Well, I guess it rained quite a bit, and we all know what happens when noodles get wet. Obviously, the whole premise of cooking spaghetti or whatever, you got to boil the water and let it get in there, and it softens up and thickens up or whatever. But I should have. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm gonna drop my. This is only going to be beneficial for those. Well. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that's like what it would look like. And now, mind you, it was just in a long ass row down the woods, down the tree line. So See if I can get a better picture of that. Come on now. Really? Of course. Now it doesn't want to cooperate with me. Oh, here we go. So you can kind of see. That's all pasta. You got the little river right there, little creek bed or whatever that is, right along there. So apparently this gentleman clearing out his deceased parents' house, they have 500 pounds of fucking pasta. He just throws it out in the woods, down the tree line, rains on it, and then it mounds up and leaves the community going, "Where the fuck is going on here?" I don't believe the guy's in any trouble. I don't think he really thought about it. Didn't really know that there was actually environmental dangers to doing that. But I guess to each their own. But only in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. Only in New Jersey. I'm talking about my wet noodle. I don't know. I don't know if, as I was saying earlier, I don't know if Tony will be here tonight or not. He said something about a meeting, which he does typically have on the first or second Monday of every month. So we'll see. But I figure, what the hell? I think I can manage to run the show by myself. I think I can handle it. Maybe we'll see. Got a few things I want to talk about. That pasta being one of them, because that's just blew my mind. Like, not only the whole concept of there being 500 pounds of pasta, but I would have never thought in a million years that if you just threw it out in the woods, that it would actually plump up and look like leftover spaghetti, which is essentially what it looks like. And why weren't the animals eating it? Second Monday. Shut up and go to your meeting. If you're in your meeting, you can't be in the chatters box. Nobody asked you. When my noodle gets wet, gets bigger, apparently. Oh, Tony's not here. I can't ask him. There's something about a F-18 fighter jet breaking the sound barrier. But check this out. Starts at 7. Jesus Christ. Well, that's about the time you show up for this show that starts at 7. So maybe you can make it there on time. Get this. There's a new movie coming out. It's not a movie. I'm sorry. It's not a movie. It's a documentary called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. What's going on, Amanda? Have you guys... It swells up sometimes. This is crazy to me because Nikki and I were watching a television show called Slasher. It's like the Canadian version of American Horror Story. If you guys are familiar with American Horror Story, it's basically the Canadian version of American Horror Story. And in this season, it deals with a well, not the whole season isn't wrapped around this, but one of the side stories is a couple who adopt a girl from like Russia or whatever. Come to find out, this little girl is actually not a 12-year-old little girl. She's actually like a 20-year-old girl, suffers from dwarfism. Well, this is a real thing, apparently. This really happened to a couple. And there's this new documentary coming out, and I kind of want to watch it. I find myself in wormholes all the time on YouTube, and lately I've been going down these wormholes of abandoned cities and towns and haunted towns or whatever, and ghost legends and like evil books and strange events in history, whatever type deal. But The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, it's supposed to hit at the end of this month. It's a family out of Indiana. Basically adopted this little girl, and they thought that she was a 6-year-old girl. Turns out she was a 22-year-old Ukrainian psycho fucking path. Whoa. Pookums and Spunky, huh? Interesting. Mental note. Remember that. But they thought they adopted this girl from the Ukraine. But like I said, she turned out to be a fucking psychopath. She tried to murder the family, threatened to kill the other kids in the family, and even tried to fucking poison the wife. Tony will always be Pookums to everybody, just so you know. This happened back in 2010. Let me turn my screen back up so I can actually fucking read. It's a 3-part series that follows Michael and his wife Christine, who first adopted Natalia Grace back in 2010 under the impression that they were welcoming a 6-year-old child into their home. However, suspicions started to raise after the couple claimed Natalia grew violent and threatened the family's lives. The parents said that Natalia threatened to stab their children while they were living in Indiana. And she even tried to poison and kill the wife. One night I opened my eyes and Natalia was standing at the foot of my bed with a knife in her hand, he quotes. Now she is a tiny little, but you know, in my head, I'm thinking I'll just kick this bitch in the mouth. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but I don't know if that's kind of along the lines of Chucky, because I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Chucky movie. Obviously, most of us all have. He was a doll, like fucking punt his goofy ass down the hallway or something. Duct tape him up, put him in a box, and mail him to Abu Dhabi. Pull a Garfield on him. Not that big of a threat, but apparently. Story goes on and says their biological son Jake also words are hard. Corroborated words are very hard tonight. Such claims, stating, "I definitely didn't feel safe around Natalia." And then they started to suspect that she was an adult, illegally identifying and claiming to be a 6-year-old child. Oh, I'm always going down. Which, I mean, as we've learned in recent history, apparently you can wake up one morning and you can just be whatever you want anymore. You don't really have to really go by laws or science or biology or anything. Welcome to 2023, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they put a 6-year-old girl on the can on Bud Light cans. I mean, it's a 22-year-old girl that's the size of a 6-year-old child. And looks, I mean, she does look like a child. In all honesty. I think almost anybody could punt her down the hallway. Or at least get a running start and drop kick the hell out of her. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the first Doctor Strange movie, but there was a part in that movie where the Grand Master Dragon Wizard Poupon, whatever that lady's name was with the shaved head, like hit Doctor Strange so hard his fucking soul jumped out of his body. I'm saying, I mean, it's a small little person. We could easily just defend ourselves, I would think. But now the parents are able to tell their side of the story. They have claimed that they were victims of fraud, obviously. And they wound up taking off to Canada and left this little Ukrainian psychopath in their apartment that they had in Lafayette. They're just like, deuces, we're out. You can have it. We're gone. Just see you later. But and then on top of it, they were charged with like there was charges of neglect that got dropped on these people for leaving her behind. They just recently, however, have dropped those charges of neglect and everything like that. I mean, I can't imagine what that would be. Exactly, transgender. uh, I can't imagine what that would be like thinking, especially if you're now obviously they had their own kids, but if you're like one of these parents who can't have kids and you've tried for years to have kids, and finally your last resort is I'm going to adopt, and you think you're helping somebody from another country maybe make their life a little bit better or whatever, and it turns out that you think you're getting a 6-year-old kid and it's really a 23-year-old fucking psychopath that's going to try to murder your entire fucking family. uh uh yeah, so Michael, who was recently acquitted of the neglect charges, warned viewers in the action-packed trailer that they would be getting the truth about the high profile case, but they might not like the truth. He can also be seen visibly shaken as he violently slams his fist onto the ground after opening up about the traumatic situation with their adopted daughter, and actually show him crying and obviously visibly freaking upset. Um, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace will be available to watch on Investigation Discovery uh, May 29th. So, me being a crime junkie, me being a true crime junkie, and another wormhole that I like to go down is true crime. I've said it before. Nikki and I generally go to bed every night watching some sort of true crime show, and I've done it for years. Um, I'm going to be fully invested into this little 3-part series. The Investigation Discovery, if it's on the ID, but it's part of the Discovery streaming app, I will be fully invested in this just absolute crazy story that almost seems too good, not good, but too crazy to actually be real. But it really fucking happened. And then my curiosity is piqued. How many times does this happen? Or how many times has this happened? Maybe not necessarily where they adopted a fucking psychopath, but maybe they adopted somebody from one of these countries that was not the real age they said they were, and they were actually an adult. And how does that fuck you up for the rest of your life? If you look like you're 6 or 7 and you're basically adopted off, and you're a full grown adult, and you have to go through all the, now granted, more than likely you're leaving a shitbag country and you're coming to America or another country that's better where you were, so you're going to have a better life at the end of the day, but you're essentially got to go through your entire childhood all over again. That would suck for me because I was like that. I'm 23 and now I have to pretend like I'm fucking 6. That's really gonna jack up my drinking situation. But no, exactly. And that's what, I know there's been stories in the past about that region of the world, Russia, Ukraine, and over in that part of the world with adoption issues and um, illegal activities and whatnot. So it sounds like it's a fucking mess. But I know they're not the only ones. I mean, there's other countries that are probably guilty of it too. But it's just wild to me, man. Yeah. No, I absolutely I love the ID channel. I love just the Discovery app. The streaming site is awesome. You got all your true crime bullshit. You got the paranormal stuff. I mean, it's like I can get lost for I can kill an entire freaking Sunday. Nope, no Tony tonight. I fired him.
Don't.
I fired him. I fired Jeff too.
Oh, well, it's okay. Jeff deserved it.
Shit, the other couple weekends ago, I got up and I was just kind of laying in bed being lazy. Nobody was home, and wound up watching a almost 3 hour long documentary on the Amityville horror, which I've been fascinated with the Amityville horror for years. And this was a new documentary that I hadn't seen. She just walked away, Tony. Otherwise, I'd tell her you hollered at her. But it was really good, and it basically the documentary. And I didn't watch it on ID. I think I might have watched it on Tubi, which is another fucking one of the 9 billion streaming apps that I have in my house. Um, but it was a new one, and it was about um, the newfound resurgence of the popularity of Amityville because of social media and TikTok and uh, you know uh, Instagram and stuff like that. Doing people that never even heard of it. These young kids, and I call them young kids because most of them are in their 20s, and now they have a brand new fascination with the case that's you know fucking 50 years old, 60 years old. I think the original case happened, what, 70, 74? When old boy killed his entire family and then the family moved in, he said, hey, what up, Falker? Well, I think China's lifted that. Um, Another wormhole I was in recently was our population, the decline in our population in the world. Uh, where's my pinche co-host? I don't know, man. I guess supposedly there's a decline in the world's population, and there's been efforts to bring the numbers back up. I don't know, but I guess China has, from my understanding, I could be 100% wrong. I don't know. It was just a wormhole, but they've since lifted all that craziness. Um, but I do find myself in a lot of wormholes, ladies and gentlemen. But no, that documentary that I watched on Amityville was really good, and it was wild to see a brand new generation of people um, getting intrigued by it, getting interested in it, and even a lot of these new generation or new school. Um, I don't know if you want to call them armchair detectives or whatever, um, or even the experts looking into the case and providing new theories as to what really happened, and new evidence about the family coming out and everything like that, the DeFeo family, was pretty wild. And then to see that over the years they've remodeled the house so it doesn't have that iconic. And if you've never seen Amityville, if you don't know what Amityville is, the house kind of had an iconic look to it, to where if you were looking at it from the street, it had two windows up on the second floor that almost looked like eyes looking out. Like it almost looked like the house had eyes, and they kind of looked out at the street. But they've completely remodeled everything, trying to hide the house. The address is very hard to see. Um, so these goddamn internet sleuths are finding it. Cold Case is a good one. Snapped was I've seen some snapped episodes. Forensic Files is a favorite of mine. We just finished Buried in the Backyard. Um, Detective Joe is another one of my favorite shows. Detective Joe Kinda. Guy's a Colorado homicide detective that has like 600 fucking solved cases under his belt, but he's been a detective since like the 70s, and Lord only knows if the man's retired or not. But hell, even last night I was I was laying out on the couch. Nikki had gone to bed. I was laying out on the couch watching something on serial killers. I don't remember what it was. Um, I cannot remember what the hell the name of that show was, but that was pretty wild. Some of the things, it blows my mind with the amount of information and the like crime scene photos and videos and stuff like that that they can show on these television shows, let alone if you just start doing a little bit of research of what you can find. It blows my mind. Um, I don't know if it's one of those things that after so many years, uh, it's public information, or because it goes to trial, or what. But it's really kind of crazy that they're just like, oh, here you go. You want to see the crime scenes from Jeffrey Dahmer's house? All right, here they are. Enjoy. Oh, you want to see the pictures taken from John Wayne Gacy's basement of all the bodies under his house? Here you go. and and not to mention the fact that in the 70s, fucking California was just overrun with serial killers. I don't know how anybody survived California in the 70s. But I digress. I digress. I'm a man of many wormholes. Yes, that's what I said. Take it however you want. I'm sure that will be used against me eventually, but it is what it is, and that's okay. If I said it on this show, then what can I do? I can't backtrack. Oh shit! Speaking of saying shit on the air and not being able to backtrack, um, what was that? Oh, what was there was an MLB announcer the other day. Oakland A's announcer Glenn Cooper, or Cooper, however you want to pronounce it, has been suspended for using a racial slur live on air during a broadcast. Now it's one of those things. Was it intentional? Was it a slip of the tongue? Was it, like, I, I don't know. Myself personally, I don't feel like he said it to be hateful or anything like this. He uttered a racial slur during the team's Friday evening broadcast in an apparent slip up while discussing a visit to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas. So basically, they were in Kansas, and him and his dude, it's wild, Tony D. Him and his broadcast partner were discussing their events of the day while they were in Kansas City. They said that they had went and got some Kansas City barbecue and this, that, and the other thing, and they had the pleasure and really got to enjoy going to see the museum. Instead of saying Negro, he said the other word, which, he said we had a phenomenal day today. The N-word League Museum and Arthur Bryant's barbecue Um, I I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy from Adam. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know his backstory. I don't know how long he's been with the A's or anything like that. But he was speaking very highly of the museum and how much they enjoyed it and and everything like that. So I don't think it came from a place of malice. Now, Bob Kendrick, who Bob Kendrick is the president of the Negroes League Museum, released a statement Friday as well. Or I'm sorry, Saturday. Saturday he released a statement. He said, "I'm aware of the unfortunate slur made by Glenn. I welcomed Glenn to the NLBM yesterday and know he was genuinely excited to be here. The word is painful and has no place in our society. And while I don't pretend to know Glenn's heart, I do know that my heart is one of forgiveness, and I hope all you will find it in yourselves to do the same." That was from Bob Kendrick. Um, the A's came out Saturday and released a statement on their Twitter page and said that the language used by Glenn during today's pregame broadcast is unacceptable. The Oakland Athletics do not condone such language. We are working to address the situation. I'm not gonna play the audio on here. But he's been their broadcaster for the past 17 seasons. I don't I really do feel like it was a slip of the tongue and not necessarily in a negative way. But again, um, but I think one of the other things that was kind of surprising too was his broadcast partner's reaction, or should I say, lack of reaction. Um, what was his name? Bryce Dallas, something or another. Um, see if I can find his name. Dallas Braden. I was so close to that name. um, the lack of reaction from Dallas Braden. I know me personally. I know my reaction when I hear that word. Um, we've seen on various other times where this has happened from broadcasters in the sports world or newscasters or whatever. The reaction around the room, especially in their immediate vicinity, is kind of all the same. Like, holy shit, what the fuck did you just say? Type deal. Uh, but yeah, old Dallas just sat there still thinking about his fucking barbecue in his own little fucking world. I don't know. He might have been in a Kansas City barbecue haze and didn't realize what was going on when it was said. But nonetheless, I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see what happens. But Glenn did come out and say he did come out and apologize. He said, "I could not be more sorry and horrified by what I said. I hope you will all accept my sincerest apologies." I think he said that night, like right after it happened. Um, Obviously, a few minutes after it happened, and kind of reality set in with everybody, and they're like, "Yo, Glenn, what the fuck?" And he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even realize I said it." Whatever. Um, and he did come back and apologize in that same on-air broadcast. But also, there's other people out there, to play devil's advocate and play both sides of the fence like I normally do, ladies and gentlemen. There's other people out there that are saying that, he may have come across. Now, I didn't see the video. I heard it. They played it on the radio station that I listen to every morning. They talked about it, so I heard it. I heard the audio. But some people are saying that he was a little bit too comfortable with that word. So obviously you're going to have You're going to have both sides of the situation. One side's going to go, oh, did he mean it in a negative way? Then you're going to have the other side that goes, it was a little bit too comfortable. You don't like black people. Let's dig into him. And that's what they're going to have to do in the investigation. Find out if he has any past history of being a complete fucking scumbag and being a dickbag racist. Or does he have other instances in his past where he's may have said something out of line? And then judge him accordingly. But I'm gonna I'm gonna lean on the side, and I may have to eat my words. And if I do, I do. I have no problem doing that on this show. I have done it before. I'm sure I'll have to do it again. I'm going to lean on the side that it was an accident. It was a slip, and not a good accident by any means, and that he didn't mean for it to come out or for it to. Words are hard. Lord knows how many times have we struggled with words. It could have been like one of those mental mind blocks where, in his head he was like, "Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Be careful. You know where you're at, or you're not you know where you're at, but like not be careful. Don't say the word, but like tread lightly and gingerly on this subject when you're speaking about it." Which caused like a mental fucking derailment in his fucking head. Who knows? But only time will tell, I guess. We'll find out. And if if it did come out of malice, then he'll be without a job. And if it was truly an accident and he didn't mean anything by it, then Oakland A's, you'll have your guy back before you know it. I don't know. Speaking of racists, we had another shooting in Texas this weekend. I'm not going to dive too much into it because unfortunately we know the story. It's happening way too often anymore. We know the story. Guy with gun runs in, shoots a whole bunch of people. It was Allen, Texas, at a outlet mall. There, unfortunately, 8 people did lose their lives. And including the gunman. He was killed by the police. There was a police officer that was not too far away on another call when the shootings when this gentleman started shooting up the mall. So he was able to respond relatively quick and get there, thankfully, because there probably would have been a lot more lives lost. But the gentleman's name is Mauricio Garcia. And here's the crazy thing. Apparently, his sisters are Mendoza's. He has 2 younger sisters. One's in 4th grade, actually. One's in 2nd grade. So these are younger children. But I guess so far in the police investigation, on his computer, cell phone, whatever, he has ties with racist groups. One in particular, the Nazis, Aryan Brotherhood, whatever. I'm no expert. I don't know a whole lot. But I thought these 2 groups, or same group, whatever you want to call them, didn't like anybody that wasn't white. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's kind of the Hitler thing, the perfect race, blonde hair, blue eyes type shit. You, sir, are clearly not white. Mauricio Garcia. How are they take in new members that just like, numbers are kind of low, so we're gonna go ahead and allow anybody who wants to join up. Like, we don't care as long as you hate people too. You're cool, I know I shouldn't be laughing at this, but it's just like, I mean, I would understand if it was like a Mexican hate group but I mean, I guess there was in his computers talking about minorities and the Jewish people and everything else like that. But I don't know, everything that I've ever learned about the Aryan Brotherhood or the Nazis or the Ku Klux Klan, they don't like anybody unless you're white. And even some white folk, they don't like them either because they're not white enough. Like, I probably wouldn't be white enough. So, Mr. Garcia, I guess I'm going to have to get a Ouija board to ask these questions, or maybe find out who your local neo-Nazi Aryan Brotherhood membership card belonged to and ask them. I don't know, because it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, there is a special place in hell for racists and for people who do this crazy shit. And I hope he enjoys this time. But that's just fucking crazy to me. Like, that is the world we live in right now. We as a society have almost become desensitized to mass shootings. I won't say that we're necessarily desensitized to school shootings, but mass shootings in general, we're almost becoming desensitized to them because there's literally one almost every day or two every single day. And that's not even calculating or factoring in the crime in cities like Chicago and Baltimore, where this type of shit has been happening for years. San Antonio, maybe Houston. I don't know. There's some Texas cities that have pretty high crime rates, and some areas, Compton, stuff like that. That's not even factoring in on a weekend people getting shot up left and right in some of these cities in America. These are just run of the mill fucking. I'm at the mall with my family and some crazy jackass. Well, we're almost becoming kind of desensitized to it, kind of like back in the day. Remember back when, and I don't know if some of you guys might not even be old enough to remember, but remember a young lady, little Miss Lorraine Bobbitt. It was shocking. It was crazy when she cut her husband's pecker off because he was an abusive scumbag. She cut this man's pecker off when he was asleep and threw it in a fucking field. And it was shocking. Like, everybody was like, oh my God, oh my God. But then it started happening regularly, almost regularly. Dudes were getting their junks chopped off. Some women were doing it just because they're fucking crazy. Now, John Wayne Bobbitt, from all things that we know about the case and learned about the case when this happened, justifiably deserved it because he was a fucking scumbag. He was an abusive fucking piece of trash. But after so many Peter choppings, we were just like, another pecker got chopped off. All right. And that's almost how it's becoming with these mass shootings. They're happening so fucking much that I think to a certain degree, not only are we becoming desensitized to it, but it's the same fucking argument every time one happens. Take the guns away. You're not taking my guns away. It's not the guns that are killing people, because if people want to kill people, they just go get a car or a butter knife or whatever other blunt ass object they can find. What's going on, Jeeves? So, and then of course the old go-to, the AR-15 assault rifle. That's just a fancy looking shotgun. Let's be honest. It's just, or not a shotgun, but rifle. It don't do anything different than these hunting rifles. It just looks different. It looks scary. But that's a key word. That's a clickbait word. AR-15. This episode might get flagged because of that. I said AR-15. Oh, said it again. AR-15. Son of a bitch. I got a shotgun that I want to go buy that is way more scary than any AR-15 on the planet. And if you guys don't know what a bulldog shotgun is, go ahead and do yourself a favor and look that bad boy up. Because I will be getting me one as soon as I have the money for it. As soon as these daggone kids stop spending all my money. I'm gonna buy a bulldog, or do I get another tattoo? Because that shotgun is nasty. Way more scary than an AR-15. Oops, said it again. Oh no. And yes, I am a gun guy. I am pro Second Amendment. 100% pro Second Amendment. I am a gun guy. I own a gun. I do feel like there should be more that we could do. I don't know if it's psychological evaluations, stricter gun laws. I don't know, but at the end of the day, the opposite end of that conversation and that debate is, and we've said it on this show, the criminals are still going to get the guns whether or not you pass these laws or you take our guns away from us. The bad guys are still going to get their guns. I mean, the bad guys aren't going through the right routes now to get their guns. So it's a double-edged sword when you start talking about gun laws and gun safety, or whatever. But for those who are doing it right, I think people should do some kind of training, classes, safety, something. I don't know, man. I'm not the smartest fucking guy in the world. I'm definitely not even the brightest crown in the box. But I know that I'm a gun owner. I know that I've grown up around guns. And I know that my gun has never shot anybody. I've never shot anybody with a gun. I've shot animals. But I don't think I mean, I think the only time that the only time that there's a risk of me using my gun on another person is if it comes down to protecting myself or my family. I have a sneeze. I can feel it. It's like right there. And it won't go away. But that's the only time that I can foresee my gun being used to harm someone else, as if I'm protecting my family or myself. And that's exactly why I carry my gun. I don't carry it to be a tough guy. I don't carry it to scare people. I don't carry it to intimidate people. Hell, 9 times out of 10, most people aren't even going to know I have a gun on me, because I'm not that guy either. I'm not fucking, just because it says that I can, I don't have a fucking machine gun strapped to my fucking back. Because that shit don't make no fucking sense to me. They'll all say that I can. Yeah, well, you're allowed to be a fucking moron, but you don't have to be a fucking moron. Maybe go home and get you a bottle of bleach, and where it says do not drink this, go ahead and ignore that as well, because lasagna. I had leftover beef tenderloin from last night. I had to get me a little something to eat before the show started, so I just warmed it up real quick and had at it. But anywho, I don't really, I'd like to say I have a dog in the fight when it comes to gun ownership and gun laws and stuff like that, but I really don't, because I'm a almost 42-year-old man, and as I said, I've grown up around guns. I've owned guns, and Tony and I think the biggest problem, and Tony and I have had this conversation too, when it comes down to it, and this is why I said psychological evaluations. And I say this as a guy that if you were to incorporate psychological evaluations into getting a gun, I might not be able to own a gun. But I still say this because a lot of times it's not the guns. It's these people that are getting the guns are mentally unstable. There's something not right with them upstairs. and then the bad things happen. Not always, but some people are just fucking criminals and they're just assholes and they just want to watch the world fucking burn. But I digress. I will talk that conversation to the fucking ground. This isn't a typical Monday night. I am by myself. So let's take a break. We'll come back. And if you guys would allow it, I would like to discuss some creepy facts, if you will. Another wormhole that I've been in. So let's find some music here to play for the show tonight. Oh, let's give our guy Matt James of Blacktop Mojo some love with his latest single, Way Too Strong. Go ahead and check out Matt James on YouTube, and you can also check out his band Blacktop Mojo on YouTube and everywhere you stream music, all at Blacktop Mojo. Go ahead and check them out. Go show those guys some love and get ready for their new album. They're dropping their album. They're working on their 5th album right now as we speak. Hopefully it'll be coming out soon. Looking forward to that. And I'll be back here in just a few minutes, guys.
Broken picture frames from all our yesterdays were spread out on the floor. A movie I can't watch no more. Happy I stayed through. A man that once used to breathe the sun, but now no one is here. I keep tearing up these photographs, 'cause it's the only thing that I have that keeps me from moving on. That memory's way too strong, so I keep drinking through the pain, trying to numb it like Novocaine. But this hurt is still not gone. Your memory's way too strong. Snapshots of what was once called love. We're hanging on the walls, but pieces of them all were floating to the ground. Because I keep tearing up these photographs, 'cause it's the only thing that I have that keeps me from moving on. That memory's way too strong, so I keep drinking through the pain, trying to numb it like Novocaine. But this hurt is still not gone. Your memory's way too strong. I keep tearing out these photographs, 'cause it's the only thing that I am that keeps me from moving
Yeah. That was Matt James, lead singer of Blacktop Mojo, with his newest single, solo single, by the way. Way Too Strong. Go ahead and check him out at Matt James on social media. Check out his band, Blacktop Mojo, wherever you stream music and on all social media at Blacktop Mojo. Go show the guys some love. Let them know we sent you. These guys are the hardest working rock band I have ever seen, I swear. But welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Hopefully you guys are enjoying my little solo action tonight. I should really start using my words better, choosing my words wiser. I'm just kind of hanging out. We're on a solo mission tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And when you got to do it by yourself, and when you need the job done, you send the best of the best in, and that's me. Click. Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go ahead and check us out on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget to come and hang out with us live. Monday. I don't know. I just had a stroke. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on YouTube and Twitch. You can get in the chatters box, shoot the shit with us. Hell, who knows? We may even bring you up someday. No, we don't make the fucking rules around here. We just fucking wing it. Whatever happens, happens. Let's be honest. At the end of the day. And if you can't listen to us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. You know the drill. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share, and don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you know what we do when we do how we do. Baby, baby. So the great thing about running a show by myself is I get to take you guys on a little journey that typically I take on my own. You know, my wormholes. I find myself in wormholes all the time. Fortunately for my sanity, I have clawed my way out of, and I've been trying to purposely avoid this whole woke, trans, non-binary group of fucking retards for the last couple of weeks because I was so engulfed in that shit and just aggravated and frustrated beyond no real words. And it's tough for somebody like me because I support transgenders and the LGBTQ and all that. You know, we've had my broster on the show. He's transgendered. He's female to male, whatever. I don't know how it works. Female to male, trans, something like that. You know, we've had the discussions about me supporting the Alphabet Warriors and their community, having family and friends and stuff. But I have dug out of that fucking wormhole because it was just so why are you people like this? Not all of them, just there's a subsect of that community that it just absolutely mind-boggling. What? No. Okay, there's some in the fridge. But anywho, so the great thing about doing a show on my own is I'm kind of left to my own devices, and as I said, you guys get to travel into my wormholes with me. Stay out of my wormhole unless you're invited, and I've invited you guys into my wormhole. So enjoy. But sometimes, you know, find myself, I can't speak for the other guys. If I had to guess, I'd probably say no. But I find myself a lot of times looking for show topics or looking for things to discuss on the show. Now, we don't always get to them. Sometimes we just start riffing and we don't really stress them too much. But that leads me like Alice in Wonderland, man. Next thing I know, it's 4 hours later, and I'm still on this subject, and it's crazy. So this happened to me about a week or so back. I was looking for stuff, but just random facts that you may or may not know. Some are really creepy. Some are just like, oh, that's interesting. Some are, that's That's fucking stupid. But I just want to rattle off some with you guys, and feel free to chime in and add your 2 cents if you'd like. If not, I'll just kind of speak my opinion and keep on going. But I'm going to start this one off just because I find these creatures really fascinating. Um, I don't think they get as much credit as they deserve. They're one of the smartest bird breeds. I don't know, but crows. Now, a lot of people don't know that you can actually teach a crow to talk. Um, they're super intelligent, super smart, but they can actually, and they're one of the few birds that do this. They can actually recognize and remember human faces. Um, so it's been said that if and they're typically pretty docile. They kind of keep to themselves unless you fuck with them and say you throw rocks or some shit at them. There's been documented cases of people who have been attacked by, I don't know, what do you want to call them, a flock, a swarm, whatever, of crows because they've antagonized them and lack of better words, poke the bear, so to say. Um, and months later, the same crows have attacked these people again, or vice versa, not necessarily in a bad thing. They remember somebody who, um, you might have found a crow that was injured on the road or in your yard, and you nursed it back to health and got them feeling good. And then several months down the road, same said crow sees you again, and they fly down, they swoop down and jump on your shoulder, and they're pleasant, whatever. But they do recognize and they do remember your faces, which is kind of crazy to me. But again, as I live in a very weird world, so I kind of, crows fascinate me. I've often joked about wanting to like raise a crow from like baby crow to big crow and have it and see if I could teach it to talk and all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm a dad. I got 3 kids, so really can't have wildlife in my house. But anywho, did you guys know? This is kind of crazy, and I didn't know this. And go ahead and Google this if you will. I'm not going to Google this because I don't want to see the pictures again. If you want to be creeped out, if you want to, maybe if you got a light stomach, or if you just like really weird shit, tooth in the eye surgery. Surgeons would put a tooth in a blind person's eye to restore their sight. It was pioneered in the 60s, and it actually works, and it is still being done today. Just take a tooth and just right in a fucking eye hole. No, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, I mean, so they take a tooth and they put it in a blind person, and I don't know how. Again, I started to look into this and do some research on it, but at the end of the day, the pictures were gross. And I like to fancy myself as having a pretty tough stomach, but there's some things I don't do. I don't do the pimple poppers. I don't do pus and just bleh. I can't do it. I don't want to see your gross fucking cyst on your back being popped open or anything else. I don't want to see your slimy eyeballs. None of that. It's gross to me. I can handle blood and guts. I can handle vomit. I can handle poop. I can handle all that shit. But the slimy, the gross, the bleh, I can't. No, I'm done. Anywho, I'm done. Um, just a couple probably already known facts. In the 1982 film, the Poltergeist, real corpses were used in that movie. They were bought from a medical supply company, and basically when you donate your body fucking science or whatever. But I guess they were way cheaper than actually building a prop corpse. It's no wonder that movie was cursed. And if you don't know what that's all about, yeah, I believe not only the Poltergeist movie, but also, yeah, no, yeah, it was Poltergeist, but I think the Exorcist movie was also cursed as well. But I don't think there's, if any, of the cast members from Poltergeist are alive today. I don't think there's many, but they say that it was cursed. Any of you thinking about going and doing some mountain climbing in the near future? Well, if you ever make yourselves or make your way to Mount Everest, um, just know that the landmarks and stuff that are used as you're climbing up Mount Everest are dead hikers. I guess from my understanding and from what I've heard from like documentaries and stuff, the conditions are just so bad that if you die climbing Everest, once you reach a certain point, there's nothing they can do to bring your body down. Which to me, I mean, if people are climbing it and are using bodies as a landmark, couldn't they bring them down? I mean, they're probably frozen solid to the ground, but still, nevertheless, I'm just saying. Again, something that's way beyond my realm of knowledge. Um, and in Mother Russia, in Russia, there's apparently a haunted radio station that has been broadcasting a dull, monotonous tone for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for the last 3.5 decades. And every few seconds, it is joined by a second sound that sounds something like a ship's foghorn. You know, like on the big cargo ships or the I don't know, like cruise ships. You know that sound. Any Russian listeners or anybody who's been to Russia that may know about that, feel free to chime in and or hit us up on social media and let me know about that because I would like to figure out how to listen to that just out of my pure twisted curiosity. Um, I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool. And why is it? And why can't it be shut down? I don't know. I have so many questions about a haunted radio station that just plays weird and fucking eerie sounds. Like, why can't we shut it down? What the hell's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Why can't we shut this shit down? Um, Apparently, dogs like squeaky toys because it mimics the screams of their prey. Hmm. Interesting. So we've domesticated dogs centuries ago, but it just goes to show at the end of the day, they were once a wild animal and they will always be a wild animal. They still have that part in their DNA. Uh, Two real quick hits on the spiders, ladies and gentlemen. If you're spiders, just so you know, the quote unquote climate change, if you believe in that, is making all spiders bigger. Congratulations, Australia. So if your spiders were not already fucking big enough, they're about to get even bigger. But also, apparently, research has shown that spiders can survive in space. Shoo. Don't think you're moving to Mars and getting away from spiders, ladies and gentlemen. But, um, this terrifies me. Um, locked in syndrome. So I have we all have fears and stuff like that. I have and these are kind of, in my opinion, irrational fears for no fucking reason. But I'm always afraid like I'm gonna have surgery and the anesthesia is not gonna work, and I'm gonna be wide awake for the whole thing and not be able to say or do anything. Like it's gonna partially work, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna be able to like say or do anything, but I'm just gonna lay there in excruciating pain. Um, but also locked in syndrome. It's a condition in which you are completely 100% fully aware of your surroundings and everything that's going on, but you are stuck in a coma-like status or a comatose state, so to say. So you're there, everything's working up here for the most part, but everything else, nothing else is working. Just kind of your brain's just, and you're fully aware. You can hear everything. I guess you can see everything. I don't know. Um, I'd be curious to know if uh, I would be curious to know if oh shit, what I do? If doctors know that, like if they're able to detect that or tell that, just out of curiosity, or if it's just like they're just going about their normal mundane routine. We got a coma patient. We're just gonna kind of keep doing our normal bullshit, sticking them, prodding them. Hopefully, you don't have Buck, the nurse who's there to fuck from Wild Bill, Kill Bill. My name is Buck, and I'm here to fuck. Oh Lord have mercy. Uh um Another little horror movie fact. It's actually based. The film A Nightmare on Elm Street is based on a real story reported uh, in the L.A. Times about a boy who was so terrified to fall asleep, and when he finally did, he died in his sleep while screaming about a nightmare. So Wes Craven, uh, actually, I'm fact checking myself here because I know that I'm right, but I don't want to. God forbid if I speak out of turn, the guys will never let me hear the end of it. Yes, Wes Craven, who created A Nightmare on Elm Street, basically got that from a real life news story. Hmm. Obviously, not the whole child molester, parents burned them in a shed storyline, but you know what I mean. uh, Everybody loves ducks, right? Ducks are so cute, especially little ducklings, right? Little baby duck. Oh, look, it's so cute and fuzzy and furry and adorable and blah, 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 blah. Well, do you know if they get bored, they'll eat other baby ducks just because they're fucking bored? Yeah. No other reason than they're just bored. Nothing better to do except venturing into the world of cannibalism. Hmm. I'm going to hell. Because now I want to start a baby. I want to start a duckling fight club, gladiator style, fight to the death. I'm kidding. I don't want to. We've talked about this on the show before, and actually, I know Jeff and Tony have actually, because they're a little bit faster than I am with it, but they've actually shown videos and web and like web pages and stuff like that. Um, but more than 80% of our oceans are unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. Now, we've talked about this because um, I think one of the times when I was doing the quote unquote deep dive and I was doing cryptids, and we started talking about Nessie, which Leggy, if you're still floating around, you probably that's your part of the world with Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. We were talking about. I brought up giant squids or quote unquote kraken, whatever, and we brought up the fact that there's and we didn't know the exact number at that point in time, but how much of the world's oceans are actually uh, undiscovered because they're too deep. That we don't, once you start going down and into the ocean, and the further and further and further you go down, it starts to get pressurized and shit just starts to just. I mean, you think you build something that's rated for 2,500 feet, and you get about 18, 1,900 feet, 2,000 feet, and the pressure starts compressing the tank, or the canister, whatever you want to call it, and crushing it because it's so dense and stuff down there. So we have no idea what's living down there. There's so many, and scientists have said this for years. Lord only knows how many species of animals are undiscovered, or species of animals that we thought were extinct that could be down that deep. So to say that the Loch Ness monster, Nessie, is that far fetched as to not being real, or being real or whatever, is kind of a dumb way to think. Kind of like saying aliens don't exist. I mean, the universe is vastly unexplored. Um, just the other day, scientists were in awe because they got on camera a star, what they said, eating a planet. So the picture is insane. But a star was actually eating a planet. Hello, comic book nerds. We know who that was, don't we? The eater of worlds. But watch out. You see a silver guy on a surfboard, you know what's happening. And to my knowledge, we don't have a Fantastic Four to save us. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. But it's just kind of crazy to think about the ocean. There is actually a nice. There is actually a physical syndrome. It's called alien hand syndrome, where um, one hand is not under the control of the mind. So basically, if we've ever seen the movie Idle Hands, or if you've ever watched the television show Scream Queens, with George Stamos plays a surgeon in it, and he's got a medically transplanted hand that belonged to a serial killer, and he has no control over it. But the person loses control of that hand, and it acts as if it has a mind of its own. So it just does whatever it wants. Like I feel like mine do sometimes. Uh, and I hate when I have a full screen because I get to see how much I really talk with my hands and how much hand movement that goes on when I talk that I don't realize when Tony and Jeff are here. And it's mine. It's interesting to watch yourself do one of your see one of your corks right in front of your face. You know you do it, but you don't really pay much attention to it until it's literally right in front of your face, and you're just like, yeah, I should really stick those in my pocket or something. Because I do it all the time. But King Charles II, ladies and gentlemen. Much like your boy Glick here, he enjoyed himself, some alcoholic beverages from time to time. Probably a lot of the time, let's be honest. But he used to drink his alcohol with pulverized human skulls mixed into it. Somebody commented below this and said, well, how else are you going to fucking consume the strength of your enemies? But that's kind of wild. Like, what was the theory behind that? I mean, like, why did it just taste good, or was there more to it? I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to answer that question myself. Actually, see, this is what happens to me. If I could spell. Oh, okay, here we go. Actually, not even that creepy or anything like that. It was just that time after having a seizure in 1685. Charles II, King of England and Scotland and Ireland, was administered medicinal drops made using a skull. He was also encouraged to drink alcohol from a cup made from a human skull in hopes of a speedy cure, death by doctoring. Huh. Wow. Thank God our medicine has come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not drinking beer with crushed up skulls in it now. That said, he was encouraged to drink out of a skull, but either way. So here we go. Here's an article called The King's Drops, Charles II Powdered Skulls and a Deathbed Obsession. Okay, either way. I've satisfied my right, Peter Piper? Peter Piper fucked a pepper, huh? Nice. Talk about getting head. Yeah, exactly. 100%. I'll just open up the door to my little. Open up the door inside of my head there a little bit. This is how I find myself going. I find myself in these wormholes. I just start reading random shit, and then I'm like, oh, well, why the fuck did they do that? That don't make no sense. Or why does this happen? And then I go search for the answers. But speaking of random shit, more little. Did you know that in your lifetime that you will walk past an average of 36 murderers in your lifetime? It's like the old saying, there's an old joke that goes around about a guy picking up a hitchhiker and the hitchhiker going, aren't you worried about picking up hitchhikers that I might be a serial killer? And the driver turns and looks at the hitchhiker and says, what's the chances of there being two serial killers in the same place at the same time? Which, that's a hell of a response. Uh, is there only 20 to 25? Are you sure? Oh, excuse me. Not more than that? I was talking about that earlier. In the 70s, fucking California had a fuck ton of serial killers running around. Okay. Well, all right, Google. Thanks for throwing me under the bus. So check this out. All right. Active serial killers. What is it? What is this? Serial killer is a person who murders two or more. Well, see, yeah, so two or more people in separate events, usually for abnormal psychological gratification, thrill-seeking attention, or financial gain. Obviously, there's differentiation between serial killing and mass murder or spree killings. Obviously, mass murders is what we have going on with these mass gun shootings, as we were speaking about earlier. Spree killers typically just start on a Monday and just start killing people throughout the week. And then, obviously, like we just said about the serial killers. For this reason, mass murders such as school shooters, suicide bombers are not included under the umbrella of serial killers. Serial murderers are further defined as those who commit by one or two individuals. Serial killings are rare, accounting for less than 1% of total homicides in the United States. This just came out this year. So, serial killing was at its highest in the period between 1970 and 2000, when 70% of the recorded serial murders occurred. Rates of serial killings have been on the decline since the 90s. So what is this? Serial killer victims. That's not what I wanted. God damn it. How many active serial killers are there currently in the United States? A study that came out on February 28th. You might be surprised to learn that criminalists, and FBI profiles believe that there are around 2,000 active serial killers in the U.S. alone. Sleep well, kiddies. Trying to look for something more. When did this come out? You get so many differentiating stories and studies. That just came out a couple of days ago, but that's why are there fewer serial killers? I don't think we see the. I don't think we see the amount of serial killers that we used to see, but just based off of technology alone. Um, but then there was another article, and I don't know when it came out. Peter Piper there. that said there was 20 to 50 active serial killers and only about 150 murders are held accounted or are accounted to serial killers. So fuck, who knows? Apparently nobody does, but they are still out there. A lot of them are still out there, and it's basically just because of how they define a serial killer. You know, a lot of times when we think of the word serial killer, and you hear serial killer, you think of John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, um, Jeffrey Dahmer. Who, I mean, in all honesty, I don't really know that he really gets the title of serial killer. I'm not. I think you had the what was it the BTK, the Son of Sam, even Son of Sam. I don't know if I'd give him a serial killer tag either. The green what was the Green River Strangler? You got that serial killer up in Staten Island that's killing and chopping up prostitutes that can't nobody figure out who or what he is. Um, so, plus, not to mention the fact how many serial killers were active in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s that were never caught for one reason for of another. I mean, hell, there was the one serial killer that got caught several years back, and it was simply because one of his grandchildren or nieces or nephew or something like that did a 23andMe, and it popped up on the FBI database or whatever with a red flag. Ba-doom! And then they were able to fucking find this guy who committed his crimes in I think like the 60s or 70s. Serial killer. Fuck you, Cheerios. But yeah, yep, I'm showing my weird tonight. But kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, so anyways, I'm showing my weird tonight. Enjoy it. I don't get to talk like this too often because the guys don't let me, even though it's my show and I do everything. There's something seriously wrong. No, I purposely stayed away from true crime and serial killers and paranormal just because the podcasting market is so oversaturated with those two genres. Same thing with movies and television; it's just so oversaturated um, with that topic. There usually are more people on camera. You are correct. So this is not your first time here, huh, Peter Piper? Fuck the Becker. Words are hard. Yes, typically Jeff is here with us. Tony D is here with us. But Jeff is not here on Mondays. He usually he works from home, so his work schedule he gets kind of busy on Mondays. And Tony is typically here on Mondays with me. That's why we started doing the Monday show. But Tony is a vet, and he's extremely active in his local VFW and Veterans Affairs and stuff like that. He's very active, which is really cool to see. And they have a meeting one Monday a month that he has to attend. So sometimes he's here for a little bit on that Monday. Sometimes he's not here at all, and sometimes we won't do the show. But I feel like I can run the show by myself. It's all good. But and then I just kind of go off on my own little goofy ass tangents, and I've always got something that I can talk about. I mean, I was just filled the first hour with some news and shit like that, and this hour, just random shit because as I said, I found myself in wormholes, and this is one of the wormholes I went down, the quote unquote creepy facts. But I'm one of those guys that's kind of well versed in a little bit of everything, so I can talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Jack of all trades, master of none, if you will. Kind of like my real life and the work I do. But serial killers fascinate me, though. I could talk about them for days. um, the hell? There's a picture of Ted Bundy on this fact, but then it says the only part of your reflection you can lick is your tongue. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. um, like, did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that during World War II, Japan bombed China with fleas infected with the bubonic plague. Bubonic plague. How fucked up is that? Um, sorry, my girlfriend is at work and we are currently discussing um, wedding plans potentially and what we want to do and stuff like that. So she's sending me ideas and stuff. I don't want to put anything out there yet, but as soon as it's locked in and set in stone, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, I'll share with you guys. And per request of Jeff and Tony, I guess we got to figure out a way to uh, do the wedding live. Because Jeff's not going to come back up from Cancun to go to the wedding. Lord only knows Tony will travel, but why not? We put everything else out there. We might as well put that out there too. I think it'll be fun. I have to discuss that with her, by the way. But anyhow, planning a wedding is always fun. um, I don't know if any of you guys have done it, or if you're planning, or heading down that road anytime soon. But it's full of a lot of twists and turns, and maybe we should do this. Skrr! Instead of doing that, let's do this. Actually, I mean, it's all fun at the end of the day. Let's be honest. It's nice that our last wedding, because I was married once before. I didn't really have much say in anything, not even down to the one thing that I wanted to have a say in, and I thought I had a say in until the future mother-in-law was like, "Nope, that's not what you're gonna do. You're gonna do this," and completely fucking shitbagged the whole wedding. One little thing, just threw off the entire fucking wedding. But I actually have a say in this one, so that's a plus. But I digress. We'll talk more about the wedding stuff as it gets closer and becomes more official. And if I, that's a weird kink, by the way. If I could choose any celebrity to see get tickled, who would it be? Like, okay, so don't run away because I want to answer your question, but I got to get some specifics on here. In like just just to see it, or like in some kind of weird sexual gratification way, or like why are we watching a celebrity get tickled? He is quite. I agree with you. He is quite arrogant, and he would absolutely hate it. You know, sometimes I'm on his side, but then there's other times where it's like you're a little douche. Um, I think I man, I don't. Hmm. Okay, I would like to see. I'm gonna name off a couple. Hopefully that's okay. I'm gonna break the rules. That's what I do. It's my show. I think it would be funny to see Robert Downey Jr. and or Ryan Reynolds get tickled, just because they're way over the top, out there characters. But also maybe like yeah, exactly. And I think it'd be really funny to watch them two get tickled. And then maybe like what's her name? The chick from the Spider-Man movies and the new Tom that plays I think actually in real life Tom Holland's girlfriend. Um what is her name? Uh oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Zendaya. I think she's freaking adorable. I think she's freaking adorable. And it would make me happy and it would probably make other people smile, especially if you're having a shitty day if Zendaya got tickled. And uh just out of sheer enjoyment because of the torture factor, Patrick Mahomes' stupid ass fucking brother, just because he would probably absolutely hate it and he'd piss and moan and whine and cry, and he's a fucking nobody who got famous because his brother's Patrick Mahomes. Speaking of that kid, he's fixing and getting into all kinds of trouble. I'm quick. Hey, I don't think those are too bad. Like I said, RDJ and Ryan Reynolds, I think just they would have way too much fun with it. Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna put Justin Bieber on the list because I like that, and I like your explanation as to why. And it's kind of why I wanted to put Patrick Mahomes' little brother on there because he's a d bag, and he'd probably get all pissy and moany about it, and and it would just be more of a torture thing. But RDJ and Ryan Reynolds would have a ball with it. They'd probably have way too much fun and make everybody else. Maybe even like Keanu Reeves and oh god, Johnny Depp. But then Zendaya, she's just fucking adorable, and that would just like probably bring almost world peace if we all got to see. Any other questions from the audience? I'm here for everything. Um, actually, we need to do that one night. Yeah, he probably is. It's probably why he's such a grumpy prick. I mean, in all honesty. Just saying. Uh we should do that one night on the show. Well, actually, we've talked about it, but I haven't heard from the guys who were going to conduct that. We were going to do. Um, we were going to do a. Now, of course, we'd do it live, but we would do it live before one of our normal shows, uh, where Random Rick and I can't remember who the other person was, but Random Rick and one other person would conduct an interview with the three of us on Nonsensical Nonsense. Um, I haven't heard anything more, but I would really like to get the wheels turning on that and get that in motion because I think it would be pretty fun to see for you guys to get to see us on the flip side, and what you don't know about us already because we're pretty open books on the show. But let Random Rick and another person or maybe another two people uh, flip the script on us and kind of interview us, put us in the hot seat and ask us questions. I think that would be. I think it's a really cool concept. I think it's a really cool idea, and especially since it'd be, kind of fan led and fans that have been or fans or friends of the show that have been watching us or listening to us for a long time. I feel like you have a weird tickle fetish, Emma. I'm just gonna say, no disrespect. I mean, I don't know, just your normal tickling. I don't need to. You don't need to tie anybody up and tickle them with a feather or anything like that. Just a little tickle or asshole. I don't know. Tickle their sides, tickle their feet. I don't know. I don't go around tickling people, so I mean, I don't even really. I mean, outside of my kids when they were little, you know, they were ticklish everywhere. You tickle their little fat baby bellies or the bottoms of their feet or whatever. I don't know. But it sounds to me like you got a tickle fetish, which is fine because you're not hurting anybody. And as long as it's consensual, it's all good. Um, everybody has their kink. And as long as you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting anybody else and it's all consensual, have at it. um, I would like to throat punch Jake Paul. Sometimes I like, like I can't with the Royals. I don't care about them. I just don't care. I don't like Jake Paul. I like Logan Paul. I gotta give Logan Paul respect. I'm a wrestling fan, and when he first came to wrestling, I thought it was just gonna be another one of them goofy ass gimmicks for him to get viewers and likes and whatever. But he's taking it serious, and the kid is good in the ring, and he's good on the mic. Um, Jake Paul's kind of a douche. Dana White called it best. You got your ass beat in the ring, and now you're going back to fighting 40-plus-year-old wash ups. Jake's absolutely way more arrogant. I don't like Jake Paul. Um, you know, so can we just hit him with kendo sticks instead of tickling him? I think that'd be way more enjoyable to watch him get hit by kendo sticks. I'm just saying. Yes, I'm an asshole. Deal with it. And with that being said, this asshole is going to take a real quick break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. This one's for Tony D. This is his new favorite song. we for a long time now, I've been reaching out to artists and trying to get artists to play on the show, and a lot of times I'll be 100% honest with you guys. A lot of times is is a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. But as the old saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you do not take. So I continue to reach out. Okay, tickling or whatever you said, kendo sticks. They're like a it's an Asian style like stick that they use in training for martial arts and stuff. Imagine he's tickled in the boxing ring and he's in absolutely right in the middle of a match. His opponent just rips his gloves off, pushes him down on the ground, and starts tickling him. Yeah, there you go. So I've taken it upon myself to just start playing cover songs because there's a lot of great music out there, and sometimes you get in trouble when you play the songs by the original artist. But if you play a cover song by somebody that does just as good of a job, if maybe in some cases better, we can fly under the copyright radar. But I always shout out the artist. So we're gonna take a real quick break. This one's for Tony D. If he's listening, this is his favorite song on our playlist. It's the Cleverleys with their cover of Blackstreet's "No Diggity, No Doubt."
Yeah, so we didn't have all these YouTubes and all that stuff. All we had was 3 channels. And then you had one you could barely get in. A 4th one came in back when I was about 10-year-old. That's the one wrestling was on. It had Jimmy Hart, had them Von Erichs. It was the Mid-South.
Ready to roll, guys.
Do what? This little song comes from way down in the hills. A little song called No Diggity. You know what? Oh, I like all the players. No diggity, no doubt. Play on, play that. Play on, play that. Play on, play that. Yo, Lloyd, drop the first.
Going down, fade the cleverly, my homies got grasshopper creations. Come like that, no doubt. Put it down, never slouch. As long as my friend about your dog couldn't face me straight up. Now tell me who can stop when Ricky's making moves, attracting honeys like a magnet. Giving them eargasms with my mellow accent. Still moving this flavor with my homies smoking BD, the original rum machine.
Sure to get down, good Lord. Baby's got 'em moving all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. Cover much ground, she got the game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True clear way, I can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing right and right. Baby, no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash. Fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, she's on, she's got the habit. Maybe you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in, can I get down so I can win? Work it, no diggity. Got to bag it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Got to bag it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Got to bag it up. Ay-yaw, 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 ay-yaw. Ay-yaw, 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 ay-yaw. Ay-yaw, 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 ay-yaw. Ay-yaw, 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 ay-yaw. No diggity. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome.
I roll on the mountain, I'm like, what's up? I'm down with Jill Scott. A straight picking in these duds from the thrift shop. Places on my cabin is so dang frosty. Folks like,
Dang at the Coco Honky.
like literally all at Central Heat. Well, that don't stop me rocking gators on my feet. I be kicking and tricking it with straw on my dome till diggers like, do it, play your own home.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome.
incredible in this big old coat from my thrift shop down the road. I wear your granddad's glove. I look incredible in this big old coat from my thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is thinking awesome. Days that used to be. High on the mountain, low, standing on low, wondering where the years of my life have flown. As I look at the valleys down below, it's green as far as I can see. My memory returns, oh how my heart still yearns for you and the days that used to be. High on the mountain, low, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. High on the mountain, low, standing on the low, wondering where the years of my life have flown. No diggity.
Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. How you like the cleverlies there? Well, a little no diggity. That one goes out to Tony D. That's his favorite jam that we play. He's so happy that it is in our lineup. He's been singing it since last week. It's his favorite. He said they did a better job than Blackstreet did. I'm just saying. That's it. Those are Tony D's words. Those aren't my words, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense. I'm Glick. I'm running this ship solo tonight. Kind of hanging out, just talking out my ass. It is what it is. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And don't forget, you can hang out with us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube and Twitch. You can get the Chatter's Box, shoot the shit with us, ask us silly questions. We don't care. Be part of the conversation. It's all fun. And if you can't join us live, well, don't worry. You can listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a listen, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. You know the name of the game here. We're all trying to grow. We're all trying to get bigger and better, and we like when people come and hang out with us and listen to the show. And don't forget to turn on your goddamn notifications. That way you know that we're doing what we do when we do how we do. Baby, baby. Anywho, I haven't gotten any negative feedback, so that's a good thing. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the solo mission tonight. I am just kind of hanging out, just kind of shooting the shit, just rambling. Let's be honest. It's the incoherent ramblings of a madman. Now, I will say I have drank less beer tonight than I typically do on a podcast. I don't know if that should have anything to do with lack of co-host. Maybe I don't have a drinking problem. Maybe they're the problem. No, I'm kidding, gentlemen. Before you get your panties all up in a bunch, Jeffrey. No, good go talk shit when I'm not there. Jeff's a little bit sensitive. Sometimes he gets offended pretty easily. But anywho, what shall we talk about next? Um, sometimes I would like to say that I'm shocked or surprised or caught off guard or completely flabbergasted by the chatters box or some of the comments that come from the chatters box. But I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm really not anymore. I've seen some of the most random, fucked up shit to some of the most interesting things. Uh, but I will say the tickle thing was a new one. Didn't take me by surprise or shock me in any way, shape, or form. It was just a new one. So what? Well, you need to get ready and come in for the night because you still got homework, and it's already after 8. What?
They all went in.
Okay. Oh, I was telling you, you need to come in too. It's already after 8:00. Crackhead.
Ooh,
And now the kids funnel in. Because yes, I am a dad, as most of you guys know. We are all dads on this here podcast. So, typically, my kids in general will kind of be filtering in and out throughout the show, kind of coming and going, if you will. Tony's son kind of pops in and out. We're definitely not suitable for work, and we are not meant for kids. But our kids are always around. They're kind of used to us at this point. They just know what. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm getting a lot of sports news. I'm trying not to dive into that world. I love hockey, and I know the playoffs are going on. Baseball is cool, and they just started, but I'm already counting down the days for football, both college and NFL. Now, I'm still watching the USFL. I watched the games yesterday. They weren't too bad. I think the XFL finished their season. I have no idea. I was trying to get into the XFL this year, but to no luck. All right. So I forgot about this, and this is this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, I don't know if you've noticed or if you've seen, fruit roll-ups are starting to become a huge trend because of TikTok and whatever for various reasons. Whether it be, there's the hack where if you take a fruit roll up and roll up ice cream in it and eat it as a snack. But what are you doing? We have tissues, We have tissues. You don't need to use that much to blow your nose. Daggone. So you're trying to go into the other reason, but I gotta wait a minute because, like I just said, we got kids, so I can't take a time out. There's also a new trend on the adult TikTok, if you will. Not that there's a difference of ladies taking fruit roll-ups and down south, wrapping them up and taking care of their significant other with a fruit roll-up wrap. It's like a fruit roll-up pecker burrito, if you will. And there's just a couple of reasons. But fruit roll-ups are in high demand. They're flying off the fucking shelves. Like you're really not able to find them. But there was a couple. I think it was a couple. Yeah, so you got like fruit roll up and honey and fruit roll up and ice cream and the fruit roll up BJ's and all that. With the price of candy skyrocketing in Israel because of a viral video, an American couple was caught last week trying to smuggle 375 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. 375 pounds of fruit roll-ups stuffed into a suitcase at an airport in Israel near Tel Aviv. The unidentified couple was stopped for going over the 11-pound food limit. How the fuck do you? How big is your suitcase, first and foremost? 375 fucking pounds of fruit roll-ups. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what a fruit roll-up is, or you ain't never seen a fruit roll-up, they don't weigh that much. So there was a lot of fruit roll-ups. A single roll-up pack cost about 50 cents at an American Dollar store. So that's just one fruit roll-up. But that same fruit roll-up can go for as much as $6 in Israel. After the TikTok video showed, and they're keeping it family friendly, because that's not the only reason that it's going viral right now, ladies and gentlemen. But a TikTok video showed fans how to freeze and wrap it around an ice cream and make a makeshift crunchy cone. Now, you don't necessarily have to freeze it or anything like that. You just take it out of a package and get you a little bit of ice cream, a little dollop of ice cream, if you will, and put it in there and just roll it up like a little ice cream burrito. And it gets hard and crunchy just from the ice cream itself. You don't have to freeze it or anything else. And it is, I mean, it's cool. It's not like game changing or mind blowing or anything like that. But the other thing that I mentioned earlier about the fruit roll ups, that's pretty nice. That's pretty damn nice. I'm just saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at it. But um sorry about the interruption. My bad. But so the resulting popularity of the explosion on this has made the fruity strips scarce in both the U.S. and abroad, and has spawned a black market. Let's do a little math here. How much does a fruit roll up weigh? Fruit roll up variety pack. Let's see here. Let's see if it breaks down the math for that dough. So 0.5. How many ounces is in 375 pounds?
375 pounds is equivalent to 6,000.
Okay. That's 6,000 ounces. And 375 pounds. How much does an individual fruit roll up weigh? About a half an ounce. We'll go ahead and double that. We're just going to do simple, quick math. 12,000 ounces. And I know this isn't scientific or 100%. We're just throwing shit. We're just throwing shit out our asses right now. Just throwing shit at the wall. So, per what an individual fruit roll-up is going for in Israel right now, that is the equivalent, roughly. Again, this isn't scientific in no means. This is just me just pulling numbers out of my ass and kind of half-ass attempting to make them make sense. That is the equivalent of 72,000 American dollars. Now watch, I just did all that bullshit, and I'm going to continue to read through this article, and it's going to tell me how much it's worth. And I'll probably be really fucking wrong. I'll be off by like $8 million or some dumb shit like that. So yeah, obviously it's creating a black market. Last week alone, Israel customs officials confiscated at least 661 pounds of the candy, according to the nation's tax authority. So you had one couple that accounted for 375 pounds of that 661 pounds. I feel bad for the husband, bro. He's got to lug around because, I'm sorry, not unless she's some big burly bodybuilding type chick. That husband had to lug around that 375 fucking pounds, unless they broke it down into multiple packages, which I'm hoping they did. And I'm assuming that they had it broken down in multiple suitcases, but still, nevertheless. Mitchell Cohen, the owner of the historic economy candy shop in the East Village, told the Post that a customer recently placed an order for 10,000 boxes of fruit roll-ups. I reached out to my distributors. They said, look, dude, we haven't seen fruit roll-ups in months. Wow. You can't just turn on the fruit roll-up machine and crank more out. Yeah, you can. I guess they said they seen the same thing kind of happen during the pandemic when people went crazy over the toxic waste slime liquors because there was a similar viral obsession, which look and function like a small deodorant, but instead apply a roll-on sour liquid to consumer's tongue. So it's like a deodorant stick that is actually candy. You just, or you. I'm just saying. They blew up TikTok so much, or blew up on TikTok so much that I couldn't even keep them on the shelves. Cohen said. American couple was caught last week trying to smuggle 300 and stuffed in suitcase. Yeah, suitcases. Okay, so multiple suitcases. All right, so either way. But yeah, it just goes on. It's got some pictures of all the fruit roll-ups. I mean, they even got some of these Brooklyn-based Joy Ray fruit roll-ups. Calls it a healthier option than the General Mills brand. Other companies trying to step up and lesser known, smaller companies trying to step up and earn a little something on the side for the craziness. You know what I mean? Um, um, there was something else that just shit. I was talking about that story and something else popped into my head, and then it went away all at the same damn time. As fast as it popped into my head and I was going to talk about it, I had to look it up real quick to make sure I had the right shit. It went away. Fuck. Um, damn. What the hell was I going to say? Ah, son of a bitch. Anywho, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, this is the power that social media has, and the stranglehold that social media has on not only just America but the world. Something as simple as go with the PG version or the G version. Something as simple as ice cream wrapped up in a fruit roll up has now made it virtually impossible to find and created a black market for said product. That is fucking wild. Absolutely insane. Um, damn, I totally lost my train of thought of what I was gonna what I was gonna talk about after the freaking fruit roll-ups, and I can't find it. Damn it! Uh, and anywho, so in the news of the dumb, and you think I'm dumb, or you think I'm an ass because I want to sterilize stupid people. Tourists follow GPS directions straight into the ocean. A sailboat crew jumped into action to save two tourists of their sinking van after they drove it into the Hanakoa Harbor, and I hope I said that right. And goddamn you, Hawaii, Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And hopefully I was even remotely close to getting that right. Anybody who listens from Hawaii or are Hawaiian descent or native or whatever, please don't yell at me. I'm trying over here. God damn it. Video of the incident is captured by local Christine Hutchinson. Shows the quick thinking crew swimming up to the driver and passenger and helping them out of the silver Chrysler Town and Country through the front windows. Meanwhile, another pair of men tied a rope to the back of the van, attempting to pull it back onto the boat ramp, but ultimately failed as it quickly became fully submerged. Pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen, Hutchinson can be heard saying from behind the camera as she recorded the nearly 4.5 minute video. Hutchison later explained that in a storyful report, the crew of the Nania sailboat had returned from a day of sailing when they witnessed the car drive head on into the harbor beside them. I mean, just full on. Boom. See ya. No fucks given. Not paying any attention. And yes, before we're asking, it was a woman driver. Yes, she was a little bit older than I am. I'm the man. Uh, the tourists, the passengers were tourists trying to find a manta ray snorkel tour company in the harbor and had been following their GPS directions when they took a wrong turn into the water. Hutchinson said online viewers of the footage have pointed out that the office characters, Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute, found themselves in a similar predicament in an episode of the sitcom. I just watched this episode. One said Michael Scott already did this episode. For many others, this incredible incident and subsequent report have left one pressing question unanswered. How does this happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happens. It's not that hard to figure out. People are fucking stupid. And we've catered and coddled and protected the stupid people for way too long now. This isn't the first news story of things like this happening. There's been news stories from like New York, whatnot. One lady drove off of a truck dock. How she ended up there. Yeah, I got a show to do, Tony. It's 2.5 hours. I got a fucking show to do. It's 8:30. Calm down. Jesus Christ. It acts like this is the first time he's ever been here. Like a shipping area or whatever, and just taking a left turn because the GPS said to, and drove right off the fucking dock. Bam! Smashing shit. Yeah, no, he's not gonna make it. Unfortunately for you. Just and I mean, and it's not the first time people have ended up in the water. And here's the thing. As somebody, dude, I have done so many fucking stories and things tonight. Motherfucker, you ain't Sway. You ain't Casey Kasem either. Newsflash. Playing music's been done for centuries now, Tony. Calm down. I've done so many stories of shit tonight. But there's been so many stories in the news throughout the years of people following their GPSs and driving into water or crashing into walls or driving off the side of shit. I have been all over the place tonight. I have been one ADHD. Spoiler alert, you talk to yourself. You have fights with yourself. You're the only guy I know on social media that'll call out imaginary people to fight. Well, PSA, you sons of bitches, this is amnesty hour. Come on up, I dare you. 2 hours later. That's what I thought. Yep. Just shit started with me. Oh God, I want to get into this discussion with the guys eventually. Squatters and squatter rights. Because I'm like, what is stopping? Like, these new housing developments or these big fucking mansions and shit that go up. I can't believe more people are not jumping on the squatters' right. And I know, like in certain countries, like I think Puerto Rico and the Dominican, I think this is kind of an issue down there. I mean, I could have. Yeah. Do you know what squatters are, Tony D? Uh, I'm getting there. I'm going to tell you. But like in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and stuff like that, there's issues where like people have vacation homes and shit. Even like in the states and like Florida and various other places where people have vacation homes. Once somebody moves in, just sees it empty and they move into it and they're there for so long, you can't just call the cops and throw them out. They have rights. It's called squatter rights because that's what they're doing. They're basically essentially just squatting on a property and they make it their own. But there's a new thing out there, and I'm going to have to research it. Like I said, I want to have this conversation with you guys. I got to research it a little bit more. But I can't even remember what the rule is. But I could build a brand new house, right? And before I even get a chance to move in, somebody can move in and claim absent domicile or some shit like that, or if a house is set empty, say like your grandparents own a house or something like that, and they pass away, and you're going through the will and the lawyers and all that bullshit, and it sits empty while you're waiting for stuff to get figured out. Say family members are disputing it or whatever. If it sits empty for so long, somebody can just claim it as theirs, and then you can't just throw them out. It becomes a whole fucking disaster, a whole fucking process to get them out. But the squatters are doing this a lot, like in vacation homes, and then like down in the Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and stuff like that. They're vacation homes, so people are only there a couple months out of the year, and they move in, and then they're there for 6-7 months, and you just can't go down and throw them out. They have rights, which is wild to me because once again, we are giving criminals who are knowingly breaking the law rights, when the only rights they should get is the bottom of my boot upside their fucking head. But it's starting to come back into full effect again, where it's becoming prevalent, and people are talking more and more and more about squatters, and I think it's like this absentee domicile or some shit like that, where it's becoming more of an issue again, especially with people coming, still trying to recoup and recover after the pandemic, and you know all that dumb shit. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, words are hard. So it's starting to be in the news more and more now. Fuck, I totally lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But anywho, I'd like to talk to the guys about it. But in the meantime, I'll do some more research on it. I'll look it up and get the right number or technical terms and all that bullshit out there, out of the way. Shit. But it made me remember that because squatter ass property owner on date as payment for utilities, he's leached. They're charging the property owners. Like they're able to, not only are they able to steal your fucking house, but then they're able to demand that you pay for the utilities. Like what the fuck? Like how is that even in the realm of making any fucking sense at all? You literally just breaking and entering. It's got to be some kind of felony theft. I mean, you're stealing a fucking house. Some of these people are stealing mansions. So But anywho, I digress. Oh shit. Well, here you go, Tony D. Since you were the one that was like, oh, you just burp, it's your show, it's your thing. Oh my god. I gotta send something here. There we go. this, this young lady, sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I couldn't stop burping. Not in a million years did I suspect that I had stage 3 cancer. And ladies and gentlemen, where does this happen at? But nowhere else other than Florida. Florida woman was horrified after discovering that her nonstop belching was actually a warning sign that she was suffering from a potential deadly cancer. Holy crap. I don't think I have cancer. I just burp because I drink a lot of beer. Never thought that it could be linked to such a horrible disease, said Bailey McBreen. She's only 24. She's just a baby. Of the unusual symptoms. I don't know if I will ever fully process the fact that I am diagnosed with such an aggressive and late stage cancer. The Florida nurse specifically suffered from colon cancer, a variant of the disease that starts in the large intestine, typically affecting older adults. The insidious affliction is the third leading cause of cancer-related deaths in both men and women. Holy crap. McBreen worked as in a plastic surgery and cardiac units and said she barely burped until 2021 when she started suffering from attacks while on a trip to Nashville with her fiance, Caden. I would burp 5 to 10 times a day. That does not consist of I couldn't stop burping. I burp 10 to 20 times an episode. All right, I'm already. It sucks she has Florida. It sucks she's in Florida. She's from Florida, but it sucks even more that she has cancer. Hopefully, she'll be okay. She's had some surgeries and everything like that. Looks like she's on the mend. That's good. That's good. But anywho, what's up, Dylan? This fucking guy. You know, he's going to come in, he's going to say something stupid, he's going to say something lame, he's going to act like he's important, he's going to talk shit, and I'm going to let him because I'm going to go take a piss.
Because you need me up here.
I don't fucking need you. I just did almost 3 hours without you.
What you need me up
hours
here.
of great content, by the way.
You need me up here. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. How the hell is everybody? I'm here to save this episode once again, being the superhero that I am. What's up to the dog? Dylan, how you doing? Helen, how you doing?
I even dedicated a song to you.
Peter Piper fucked up. Jesus, going on, Amanda, how you doing? Oh my God. Dylan, I saw you over there on TikTok. Appreciate you, man.
It's almost
Can't
3
even
hours.
be busy in life without this dude needing me. This is exhausting. The belt is hiding from you.
No, I'm trying to find the guy who needs you.
You motherfucker!
Who is this Asian guy in my house that you keep calling you? You? Why me? You? It's almost 3 hours of awesomeness.
We said, who's this Asian guy?
I didn't even know we had an Asian guy on the show.
Jesus. I sit back. I try to get ready for the meeting. I'm sitting here watching you. You was reading the news. You were doing good. Then you started giggling at yourself. I said,
Oh, I was giggling at some of the comments.
it's been 12 in the past hour and a half. I didn't know my Twitch page was running. I don't know who the hell that is over there. I do want to thank them for being here, but I'd like to know who the hell it is in the first place.
I don't know. I don't know whose Twitch page it's off of. I don't know if it's yours or ours or.
This is my Twitch, and they're not coming up on the stream. Y'all saw. You can say celebrity. If you could choose any celebrity to get tickled, what I say, Justin Bieber's question. Not just because it's
Yeah, that was just one of those random ass weird questions. Like I said,
I'm not even following them. They just popped up. So okay, Lisa got out. Thank you. I did lose a follower on Twitch. Fuck.
That's because I was talking shit about you. I told him that you were a racist and you voted for Trump.
Stop lying on me.
I was just one of them random ass comments that wasn't terrible, so I entertained it and was like, just put out a list of celebrities that I would like to see get tickled. Not for any sexual gratification or anything like that, but they asked about Jake Paul, and I said, I don't know if I want to see him get tickled or beat to death with a kendo stick.
Unbelievable.
I planned on being alone tonight, so I had rapid fire topics.
You know, when I plan to be alone, I don't plan any more than an hour. But that's me.
Our show's 3 hours.
Doesn't have to be every night. It used to be 2.
Our show's 3 hours.
3 hours twice a week, 2 hours once a week.
Our show is 3 hours. We were filling content for 3 hours. Our show is 3 hours. Plus, I don't put myself on a schedule like everybody else does. I'm a free spirit. I can't be held down, Tony. I can't be held back by restrictions.
Dylan, I can go 2 hours. Trust me. I just try to be.
Tony's lucky if he can last 30 seconds.
Please.
You know, it's tough, Tony D, when you're just this awesome. The self-proclaimed, unchallenged podcast champion of the world. Greatest podcast
champion of the world. I'll still remain the mayor.
Podcast champion of the
My
world.
legacy
Greatest
lives.
host of all time.
My legacy lives. Helen's right.
I'm just saying. I wouldn't expect much more than
The first time.
3 minutes max.
The first time.
Set your expectations. Set the bar real low. That way you're not disappointed. That's why I say all the bad things like about me. That way the expectations are already set real low, and then they're like, "Well, it wasn't that bad. It was
That's
all
how
right."
you continue to impress people.
And then I win. You know, it's a win-win. Duh, Tony. Why do you think I'm the greatest champion of all time?
That's just pathetic.
You the man. You damn right I am.
You're better than I thought you was. Yeah, I conned your ass, bitch.
Hey, just like Kaiser Sosa, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled on the world was convincing him that he didn't exist. Kaiser Sosa the shit out of him. Don't worry, Tony will have a timer set because he sets by he runs his life by guidelines, restrictions, and times.
Try to make things.
That's why he can't deal with my ass because I'm unhinged and I'm a free spirit. We're at an hour time to close shop down. I set expectations very low. That way, exceeding them are super easy. Duh. Boom. Championship material right there, Tony D.
Call it what you want.
How was your meeting, sir?
Formal.
Informative.
Formal. Very formal.
How do you have a formal meeting? Do you guys do Zoom or just over the phone?
Both. When the pandemic hit, a lot of meetings went to video conferencing.
Yeah, like Zoom and stuff like that.
So I do a bunch of them. I do 2 a month. I have an in-person meeting that I had this morning. So I got 3 meetings a month off the rip.
Yeah.
And she said it, I didn't. I will do this shit.
I'm sorry, Tony.
I can put it down, but I will do this shit.
That shit was funny as fuck because she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
On my wedding day, my mother told my nephew to take my phone away from me. I said, what? They said, I'm not going to let the wedding start until you give me your phone. I said, I'm going to not be an ass and give it to you. But y'all not going to run my damn thing.
Yeah.
But
We
no,
host a
a
music
lot
show.
of Zoom meetings, and anytime anybody needs to have a meeting, they can't get together. I said, call. I said, give me a call. We can do it at a teleconference. I mean, it just makes more sense to me. People can't schedule because they can't meet up or they get caught in traffic, and everybody's always talking about there's no excuse for being late. You're right. There's no excuse to pick up the fucking phone and let's do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
I've been telling that shit for a minute, and a lot of officials don't want to do it that way because they want to have in-person signatures and everything. I said, if you got a teleconference that's recorded, there's your signature. There's your verification. If you do a video conference, right there face to face.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
everybody can put the Zoom app on their phone. Let's do this. I tell them that.
Well, in a lot of companies, you know, speaking about during the pandemic, a lot of companies, when especially like tech companies or companies that were able to work from home type deal, you know, a lot of times, and I don't know how it is for your company you work for, but I know like my company, if we have a meeting, we have a sign-in sheet.
You got a teleconference. There's your sign-in.
But that's what they were. You had a login.
Yes,
and it showed if you were logged in or not for the meeting. So yeah, there was your confirmation.
Your teleconferences are recorded. Your Zooms are right there; they could be shared.
Well, see, that's where you're wrong, Leggy, because his notifications are always turned on, so it would not sound like a sex toy. It would just be mood music. I got
mega mood music.
We've all heard Tony live, whether it be on his own broadcast or various other broadcasts that Tony is involved in. We've all heard his phone going off in the background. It is not. It's generally loud as fuck.
I got it right by the speaker.
My phone is usually always on vibrate, or my notifications are turned off or are muted, not turned off. I just have my sound muted because my phone could be used as a goddamn sex toy with the amount of notifications and shit I get when it's on vibrate. Should you eat some dinner?
Can I have a hot dog?
Yeah, whatever you want. Hot dogs. There's sloppy joes out there.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. You can have more than one hot dog. I know you're probably hungry as hell. You need to take a shower tonight. Did you get your homework done? Why did you leave Kermit in here with me?
Maybe you got something to say like everybody else.
You want beer, Kermit?
Wow. You'll be expecting undivided attention. Everybody expects undivided attention. That's the exhaustion.
I don't blame you. If I was married to that fat pig, I'd drink too, Kermit.
Wow.
She really is a pig.
Wow. Wow.
What? It's the new co-host of the show. Kermit D. Frog.
Wow.
D stands for D's nuts.
Knew it was coming.
D's nuts.
I already knew it was coming.
Dad.
Huh?
Am I supposed to make me a hot dog?
Huh?
Am I supposed to make me a hot dog?
Just put it in the microwave.
Okay.
Just put it on the plate
I already did
and
that.
set the plate on the little spinny thing. and it'll balance on there and rotate around.
What happened to that plate thing?
It's in the dishwasher because I cleaned the microwave this weekend.
I thought, did you guys fix the dishwasher?
Yeah, we got a brand new dishwasher.
You guys did?
Yeah, they came and fixed it Friday afternoon. She will chew that up now. Sure. No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I'm actually relatively surprised by a lot of the people when you see the Muppets or the puppets, like when you see their actors who do their voices, or like voiceover actors, because I would have never thought in a million years that. Now, granted, I've known this for forever and a day because it's been the show is so popular that Bart Simpson was a female.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Huey on them Boondocks.
And Linda Cartwright, I think that's her name. She's a very popular voice actress. I think that's who does the voice of Bart Simpson. Let's see if I can pull this up here real quick. Oh, sorry, not Linda. Nancy Cartwright. My bad. I apologize. Holy shit, she's from Ohio.
Yeah, I know the Ghostbusters theme song was Ray Parker Jr.
She also voices other characters on the show, including Nelson Muntz, the bully.
Okay.
Ralph Wiggum, Chief Wiggum's son. Todd Flanders, Ned Flanders' son. Kearney, Database, where I think Database is that nerd, and Maggie. Huh.
Like the man's voice.
Alongside voice, her first professional role was voicing Gloria in the animated series Richie Rich, followed by a starring role in the movie Marianne Rose White. Feature film, The Twilight Zone, the movie. Choice about just from the Tracy Ullman show. She auditioned for the role of Lisa, but got Bart. She did Daphne Gilfin in Snorks, Rufus and Kim Possible, Mindy and Animaniacs, Pistol and Goof Troop, The Robots and Crashbox. Jesus Christ. She was Chucky and Rugrats All Grown Up. And she published a book in her autobiography in 2000, My Life as a 10-Year-Old Boy. Because she's been Bart for so long.
Right.
4 years later, adopted it into a one-woman play. Wow. Holy damn. Holy shit.
Busy.
She got quite the career.
Busy ass people out there.
She's from Ohio. She's an Ohioan. That's what's up. Shout out Ohio. Ohio in the building. Well, I knew that. The Ghostbusters theme song was done by a black guy. I think everybody knows that.
Should. Well, those of us who are around would.
Yeah, I was going to say, because shit, there was a whole ass music video and everything. That was back when we had music videos.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Ray Parker Jr. Yeah, there's a video there. I won't play it because I know it'll get me in trouble. I know for a fact that song will get me in trouble. That motherfucking song is iconic.
Exactly.
That's like the damn song from Beverly Hills Cop, Back to the Future. Certain songs.
Back to the Future.
Huey Lewis in the News. Back in Time.
What up, Sadie? Talking about the Heart of Rock and Roll?
What was the Back to the Future? Back to the Future theme song.
And what's the other movie you said?
Beverly Hills Cop. that
Beverly Hills Cop was
I'm talking about songs that will right off the
that was Glenn Fry.
right off the rip from the first note will get us in trouble.
That means you're playing too many songs.
The Power of Love and Back
Yes,
in
The
Time,
Power
both
of
by
Love.
Huey Lewis
That was Huey Lewis in the news.
from the Back to the Future movies. I was trying to think of other movie like songs that are synonymous for movies. Obviously, like I've had the time of my life with Dirty Dancing, Grease, any fucking song from goddamn Grease.
Neutron Dance, Pointer Sisters, Beverly Hills Cop. The other song she did, Patti LaBelle did a song, Beverly Hills Cop. What that fucking song? Stir It Up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking about that. Is that what the Neutron song is? That keyboard right at the beginning it had the keyboard.
Neutron Dance, yeah.
Yeah.
That was on the first Beverly Hills Cop.
They had that shit in. We officially have a wedding Venmo, whatever that means.
Wow.
I think it's like a savings thing that we're throwing money into.
Make sure you get the card.
What's that?
Make sure you get the card.
I think Nikki's got one.
I got enough.
Plans have changed for the wedding.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, Nikki had a pretty good idea today, and we started looking into it. I'll divulge more as it becomes more official.
You should wait. Don't tell the whole thing.
Oh no, that's what I said. Well, as it becomes more official and as it gets closer and as things are actually set in play. Uh-oh. Tony, you're dropping the ball.
How am I dropping the ball?
You're dropping the ball, man.
Huh.
I don't know. I blamed somebody, so I blamed you. Sadie's here.
Yeah, you're late. I said
Does
hi.
it take to send a letter to Canada?
Who's it going to?
Canada. It says, Dear Canada, you.
Sorry, Sadie.
I dropped that ball on purpose.
I think I deleted Jeff's lame ass attempt to give Leggy a sound clip. I said you got to be better.
Yeah, how do you two? You son, my bitch.
Oh, we got a Canuck in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get her all hyped up on maple syrup one night. We'll get her on camera. She'll get on here talking shit, yelling at me. Maple syrup. We mount our mooses at dawn and we ride out.
Yeah, there's plenty of homework to do.
We were talking about expectations being set very low. Trust me, when it comes to Jeff, in any facet of the word, the expectations are set very low when it comes to Jeff.
On purpose.
Yes. He overexcelled on the short bus. He was the booger eater and the window licker. It's the only time in his life he's excelled. Yeah, I'm the greatest short bus rider ever. I've known Jeff long enough. I can say shit like that. That moose, them mooses better stay away from my ding dong Jeeves. I'm just saying. I'll beat the hell out of a moose, damn it. And they've been added to the list. I hit them right in that big old box of a nose they have.
Like Brock Lesnar just beat up Cody.
Cody beat the fuck out of him in Backlash, I guess. I haven't watched Backlash yet. I just seen a video of it, but Cody beat the brakes off of Brock Lesnar.
I don't believe that.
Dude, he hit that man with everything, including a kitchen sink.
Yeah, his face is fucked up. He got a black eye and a scar on his forehead.
And Cody beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar at Backlash. And then Brock had him in a fucking submission hold, and Cody somehow rolled his ass up to get the win. Eating boogies and licking windows at the same time. Hashtag skills. Hashtag skills.
Cody, go get your brother. Tell Dustin we said, come on back. This is ridiculous.
Much like Tony, both of my co-hosts can multitask. Enjoy that, Leggy.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Why is it nasty?
That's nasty.
Why is it nasty? I'm just saying you guys can multitask.
She said eating boogers and lick windows. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's what I said on the short bus. The short bus consists of two types of special needs: booger eaters or window lickers. They're all wearing helmets. Yay! I gotta go to school like the big boy that I am. I'm the big boy.
I'm like a Trump supporter.
That's a what? I voted independent.
That means you voted for Trump.
I voted for Harry Peters.
That means you voted for Trump.
I didn't actually vote for Trump.
I don't believe you.
I really didn't.
Okay.
To be honest, I planned on it, but I was had acts of violence threatened upon me if I did.
You were scared?
Huh?
Were you scared?
No, I wasn't scared. I didn't want to go to jail.
I mean, that makes sense, but
Yeah. So I just took my happy ass to work and worked my 16-hour day and didn't go vote. Because had a man said that to me, I would have taken him up on that offer. But it was my ex-wife, and I'm like, apparently I can't throat punch your bitch
she
ass.
gonna tell you who the fuck to vote for.
She did. Remember the conversation we had a couple weeks ago about not abuse isn't always physical; it's also mental.
Yes.
Yeah. I was a broken man.
Hell, I still go through mental abuse from people. But I'm still gonna be me.
I was broken, man. I ain't no more. But yeah, like I said, but yep, I really don't need to deal with that fucking stress in my life. So, and if you come at me sideways, I know I'm going to defend myself, and I already know how it's going to look. I'm 6'2", close to 300 pounds. You're 5 foot nothing. I'm going to jail. They're going to go, really?
True.
Self-defense? Really? Look at you. Look at her. Plus, as I found out in the South, the laws and stuff in the South are really fucked up.
That's why I stay in the house and live alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's better this way. The man loses. It's a damn shame. People don't believe me. I said, y'all come on, move down here then. I ain't moving down there. That's why you don't fucking understand.
I can't wait to get back to the South. I told y'all my 3 landing spots as soon as my physical stars. Yeah, y'all, you're 100% accurate, Leggy. I cannot agree more. Trust me, my physical stars.
Abuse is abuse, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all go ahead and keep talking shit.
I wear all my physical scars all day. I don't even care. They don't even bother me.
Cheaper
I mean, other than the fact that I'm sore.
Than to worry about you motherfuckers trying to take my job. So go ahead and keep talking y'all shit.
Yeah.
That's why
my physical stars.
While the rest of these motherfuckers don't, and then get mad when they get kicked off of platforms for talking too much shit. I'm tired of telling y'all.
Who's talking shit?
I ain't saying you.
As I said, we can talk shit. You can talk about your past personal experiences. That shouldn't get you in trouble. If it does, well, then you got a whole another fucked up situation. Yeah, my physical scars. Yeah, my body hurts from time to time. Sometimes I'm a little self-conscious about a couple of them. That's a great thing about this show. I can wear my glasses and you can't see some of them that I'm a little self-conscious about. But outside of that, yeah, the mental ones, shit, you can spend years and years and years and years trying to heal.
I know plenty of people going through mental shit. That's why I'm trying to give anybody none.
Years and years, man, and not fully recover from it. But there's a young man on TikTok that I really like. I enjoy his content. He does barbecuing. And he's from down south somewhere, but he posted on Instagram yesterday because he's been getting a lot of questions about his life and his goals and stuff like that. And I've heard people say it before, and it's one of those things that's kind of somewhat resonated with me, and I've kind of listened to a little bit. But I was watching his video yesterday, and he was like, one of the things as far as achievements goal and life goals go, I just want to be better tomorrow than what I was today. I'm not, in all honesty, that's all any of us can do is strive to be better tomorrow than what we were today.
Pretty much.
Glick therapy. Leggy, we could do a whole ass fucking show on that. you just got to be willing to well, you know what? I'm just not even going to say it because there's no way around it for me to say it. But you can't be shut off like Tony D is. You got to be open. Damn it! I'm trying to be careful because I know how she is, and she's gonna. She already got me earlier when I was trying to talk about freaking pasta being dumped in the water. I have to choose my words wisely. Yeah, no, that could be a whole ass fucking show right there. I have no shame in talking about it. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you." I'm like, "Why? It happened. It's a part of who I am. I can't fucking. I spent many years running from it and hiding from it, and it's a damn shame that anybody feels like they have to hide from their past or bury it." Mm-hmm. And I had to learn that the hard way, unfortunately. And I don't think anything bad happened to me. It's just sometimes you got to get kicked in the head a couple times before you're like, you know what? It's okay. It's not that bad. It doesn't make me a pussy. We're still kicking Tony in the head. She's a man. He's too manly. He's 100% hetero man.
100.
I guess I'm gay. Because I don't.
If y'all want to be.
I don't want to be. As the old viral YouTube. I don't like men's. I like women's. I ain't gays no more. I love that damn YouTube video. It cracks you up every time. I love black churches. They're so much fun. I was in a black church. Oh, act like you ain't never been to one. Jesus Christ. Did you go to them stuffy ass white Catholic churches?
What's wrong with the Catholic Church?
They're stuffy, white, and boring.
All of them?
Yeah.
No, dumbass. No.
He's a good Southern black church. That's good stuff right there.
That's y'all's entertainment.
I remember the first time I got invited to church. Church! I said, I don't go to church. My buddy's grandma said, Glick, you're going to bring your ass to church. I'm going to drag your ass to church. I was still
they
in
will
high
drag you to church in the South. They will drag you to church.
Well, this was up here in Ohio, but it was, and guess who was at church Sunday morning?
You?
Guess who stood out like a sore thumb?
You?
I shit you not. There was like 3 white people in that damn church. And all 6'2" of my big ass was just like a big old flashing neon sign.
I stick out of most churches that I go to.
But I had fun, man. It was awesome. I went several times. It was the only time I enjoyed going to church.
They will try to go crazy if you don't go to church. They take offense. I'm like, why? You won't come to mine. I tell them.
That was the only time I had fun going to church is when I went to my buddy's family's church, man. And I had a ball. I'm not starting on the Catholics. Trust me, I have Mexican sisters that get their panties all up in a twist when I start making fun of religion because they're Catholic. Like, it's equal opportunity. I make fun of all religions, but I don't think Tony's gonna appreciate me kissing and caressing him on his head,
At all and ever.
right on his big old milk dud.
No.
I think that'd be the only time he'd sign up for somebody kicking him in the Tony. I'm gonna kiss and caress your milk.
That's
dud
why I stay
head."
away from some of y'all questionable sexuals.
I'm just repeating what she said. She said no.
Yeah, but you tend to
Tony on the
elaborate
head
with
and
a
caressing
lower
it.
voice. How you elaborate some bullshit like that with a lower dude? I'm not going to be caressing and kissing. Get
She
your
said
ass.
no kicking. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
Come here, Tony D. Let me kiss your head and caress
No,
you.
no,
Come here. Come here,
No.
baby boy.
no,
Come here, baby boy.
no. I own a gun on that shit on purpose.
Hola. Come here. Come to papi. She said, stand down. I'll take care of it. Stand down, soldier. I mean, if I got to take one for the team, I'll take a bullet for the team, I guess. Come here, Tony D. It's going to be all right.
Shooting the fuck out of
Come
motherfuckers.
here. Rest your big bald head right here on my hairy chest.
Nope.
Oh, I love making Tony D uncomfortable.
That's what's wrong with y'all. Too many people looking to do it.
It's just fun. It's easy like Sunday morning.
Oh my God, this motherfucker.
Oh, hell. Mm. What do you say, Tony D?
I'm good.
Get the popes to kiss you on the head.
Nope.
I'm going to mouth kiss the pope.
No, it ain't. I hope all them boys beat your ass.
Well, that's not very Christian-like.
Don't care. Stop fucking with people.
You're going to lean in to kiss me on the forehead. I'm going to go, gotcha, fucker. Now you gay. We got a gay pope. Gay pope in the building. You're going to be drinking Bud Light, driving around in a rainbow pope mobile. Yas, queen. All because of a Sasquatch named Glick.
Still laughing at himself. Still laughing at himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeeves is laughing at me too.
Jesus cooking and had paying attention.
Oh, he's paying attention. I'm fucking hilarious, Tony D. Deal with it. I'm a fucking genius. I got a ring the Pope can kiss.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
It rhymes with block ring.
All my fellow Catholics, can I help this guy? He's all yours. And he doesn't care. He's all yours.
Sorry, Pope, I'm possessed by a demon. I cannot be held accountable for my actions.
Exorcise him, and since words are hard, spell it how you want to.
Jeeves is done cooking. Tony D. One day you'll come to terms with the fact that I'm amazing. I'm awesome. I'm spectacular. I'm stupendous.
You can tell yourself, but it doesn't matter.
Fabulous! And one day you'll admit you love me. Not like gay love.
Just in the words of Spock,
straight bro love. Not gay love. Dudes can love each other, Tony D. Just love me, Tony.
any and every time men talk about male intimacy, I drift.
You what?
I drift the fuck away.
Male intimacies makes you quiver and shake.
They make me uncomfortable, yes. Because of how far motherfuckers are taking it these days, yes. I say that shit with pride.
Tony is fabulous. Tony's awesome. I tell Tony he's awesome all the time. I tell Jeff he's awesome all the time in his own special little quirky way.
He's awesome. He can still breathe in that bathroom.
Man, I'm telling you. It's probably safer to go to Chernobyl than to step into that bathroom.
I bet that chair needs air.
Oh, God, I love Jeff to death. I really do. But damn it, I know that fucker so damn well that I wish we were only joking right now, ladies and gentlemen. I really do.
I don't know him that well. He does.
I really do. The fucker's still got Big Mac wrappers in there from last year on the podcast when he was eating them. He's probably got 2 dead dogs in there too. Oh Lord. Head or heads? Just asking. Clarification. They both look like milk duds.
One looks like a mushroom.
Mushroom. Calm down, Tokyo Drift. We understand.
Tokyo Drift, this motherfucker.
She said, if you catch my drift.
Both obvious.
Fuck around and get a mushroom stamp.
Word.
Word life. Basic economics. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a show. You guys got to enjoy some solo Glick action. Then at the end, you got a little Ebony and Ivory action. Wow, we're going to need you to practice on your multitasking. Well, we're not. Tony is.
Multitasking is great.
We know. Your multitasking is going to get you killed and buried in Scotland because you're going to fuck up. You're going to fuck up and grab your phone. And no disrespect, but we know she's crazy.
Yes,
yeah.
Best to be on her side. That kind of crazy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
But we do appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight, as always. We'll be back Wednesday night with the full crew. Glick and the Corkies will be back. Corky and Radio will be joining Glick. I'll make myself laugh. Oh, Tony, what should we do tonight to end the show? You know what? Fuck it. Actually, I really like this one. Who the hell? I feel bad because I can never remember their fucking band name. I will eventually, guys. Okay, here we go. Just because this song is super popular right now. And these guys did a pretty good job at it. They're going to come all directions and you can't hear, right? No, we do appreciate y'all listening. Go ahead and check out social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the Tiki-Take. YouTube and Twitch live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Get in the chatters box, shoot the shit with us. Come hang out with your boys live. And if you can't hang out with us live, well, just listen to us whenever you can on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts. All at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share if you'd be so kind. And go ahead and enjoy a little Our Last Night with their cover of Morgan Wallen's Last Night. Boom.
Last night we left let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. I kiss your lips, make you grip the sheets with your fingertips. Last bottle of Jack, we split a fifth. Just talking about life, going sip for sip. Yeah, you know you love to fight, and that say shit I don't mean. But until I wake up wanting you and me. I know that last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night. No way it was the last night that we break up. I see your taillights in the dust. You call your mama, I call your bluff. In the middle of the night, pull right back up. Yeah, my friends say let her go. Your friends say what the hell, I wouldn't change her kind of love for nothing else. Oh baby, last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. We said we had enough. I can't remember everything we said, but we said too much. I know you bet your shit is leaving door right before you left. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night. I know you said this time you really were coming back again. But baby, baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night.
Yes, if you believe in his policies,
Yes,
he's
sir.
what he's advertising as his policies, he's the left.
What you listening to over there, buddy?
Looking at the recent news stories, trying to see what I'm gonna put together.
Recent news stories.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that though.
Shit.
You were just mocking me for doing recent news stories and having content prepared and ready to go so I could rapid fire stories all night.
I'll show you how to do it, don't worry.
Unfortunately, I can't be angry black man. My skin's too white.
Unfortunately, I can't be privileged white man.
I'm still, you know what? I mean, I know the angry black guy works for you, but I'm looking for all my white privileges. I have not found them in 42 years.
I don't think you're looking hard enough because you don't give a fuck.
No, because I provide for myself and I provide for,
I do too.
provide for
I do
my
too.
own.
I do too.
I'll bust my ass. I go to work every day.
I do too. Past year's been a little bit of complication, but I do too.
Hey, you do what you got to do though. But you're still doing what you got to do, and you're still getting by, Tony D. You're not like it's not like you're mooching off the government or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I done spoiled a lot of y'all being up here when I wasn't going to work. So.
I mean, you did spend a lot of time online that one, huh?
Past year, yeah, because I was home.
But you got your medical issues, man.
That's the biggest thing.
Like I said, a lot of times when we have conversations and we talk about things, I try to bring a full spectrum and not just one side. And you're on that opposite end of the spectrum where, despite what people say about COVID or whatever, you actually had it. You actually went through it. And
I just went through that shit in this last meeting. I was just breaking it down. Somebody told me about a new treatment they got for it that should knock all of it out. And we was looking that mess up. Then I told them, well, I'll say that for later because they got a new one. They got a new one coming out next year. Y'all better get ready for
a new pandemic.
Yeah,
man. As long as I'm still working, I don't even give a fuck.
I didn't either until I got sick with that shit last year.
Because clearly I'm immune to COVID. So, because you wasn't doing shit during COVID and you got it and it's fucked you up. Jeff don't never leave his bathroom. His doctor told him he had to shave his beard, and he had it like twice. And my ass was traveling all over the place going all over Ohio, going down to Tennessee, going here, going there, and I never even got sick.
I don't know how the hell me and Jason got it last year. I just want to fuck me up.
That's what I was gonna say. You were actually taking precautions.
Yes, I was.
My ass was out there. I was in the streets. He wouldn't have met me first and foremost, leggy. That's my Tony.
Hell no. That's that shit Jeff used to say.
Yeah, that's my click. Anywho, that was our last night with their cover of Morgan Wallen's Last Night. Great song. Love the song. I hate the trend that's come along with the song because the trend's fucking stupid as fuck. There's a bunch of fucking goofy little skanks on TikTok thinking they're going to take other women's men and playing that song in the background. But it's a great song, nonetheless. We do appreciate y'all listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Tony D, thank you for coming in when you got a chance to. We hung out a little bit longer than usual, but Tony was here, so I figured to, hey, baby girl.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll be back Wednesday night with a brand new episode. Same nonsensical time, same nonsensical channel. As Jeffrey would tell you, people.
Nonsensical bullshit.
Nonsensical bullshit.
Nonsensical bullshit. I like that.
Hashtag nonsensical bullshit.
That's my contribution to the show.
Word.
Touch on wood. I have not had COVID either. Jeeves, I like the band. Did the cover Flower? Wait, what? Jeeves, message me outside of here. Let me know. I'll play it if you like a song and I can find a cover to it. I'll play it on the show. Leggy got her sunglasses at night. Long distance dedication from Ohio to California. Really, Tony? You act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
California?
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere
out there where the Mexicans live. Illegally. Anywho, and we got the Cleverleys, Tony's favorite song. The remake of the cover of No Diggity that we played earlier. We dedicated it to you, buddy. I know it's
pretty
your
original. I gotta admit that was original, but wow.
favorite.
No.
No. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. As Jeffrey would tell you, deuces. Tony, when you help me out with this one, in the words of Michael, the big dog.
Peace out.
Peace out. Hey, calm down. Tony D, let these some of my bitches know one time.
Mother had your mother made you, motherfucker, because Lord have mercy.
Wow. That was
So enthusiastic.
That was the most unenthusiastic.
I'm not as tired as you are, woman.
Wow.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, be good. Or be good at it. Or as we learned tonight, set your expectations very low so you come out like a rock star.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Goodbye,
Exactly.
motherfuckers. Goodbye, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Goodbye, motherfuckers.
Okay, hit the button. I'll say it for you. Jesus. Just hit the damn button.
Hit the button.